And a very pleasant Friday afternoon/evening, everyone. Welcome to Cody High School in Cody, Wyoming, and the start of the 2025 Lander Valley Tigers football season. Can't believe it's that time of year already. But here we are for 0 week in a scripted scrimmage between the Lander Tigers and a couple of teams, primarily the host Cody Bronx. Scott Fuller with you again for another season of Tigers football on 1330 KOVE, as well as live streaming at county10.com. Mick Pryor joining us in the booth for 0 week. Mick, it's good to be with you. Thanks for making the trip and helping out the broadcast.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, Scott.
That was my fault.
Okay, what do we do here?
Bill.
We're still trying to get our... Hang on one second.
We will get Mick on the air as soon as we can.
Oh, shoot.
I confused myself on the setup. I swore I wouldn't say it, but it's 0 week for the broadcasters, too. That old cliche does apply. So I think we have Mick now.
Does that sound...
Nope.
Nope.
I hear you cutting in and out for some reason. We were all set to go and all ready.
And then not. There it is,
There
Scott.
we are.
Okay, just wiggles and toggles. There you go.
There we go. Anyway, Mick, good to have you in the booth. Thanks for making the trip and helping us out.
Well, you know, we cut our season a little short here in Hudson. So Hudson Outlaw football, maybe next year.
But there it goes again.
Yeah, we are cutting out with a cable there. So while we
Fiddle with. Oh man. Okay.
it could be the port as well.
You know,
We need to get a duct tape sponsor.
Let me go back to the other input here and see if we have any better luck.
Maybe. Nope.
We did not. How about that? All right, live troubleshooting on the air. Let's try 4.
why
not? And it's cut now.
not again?
Yeah, I think this may be a cable issue.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Well, let's see what we can do. Well, I'll try not.
Back.
0 week for the broadcast crew as well.
You know what, Scott? I'm going to go out and find a Tic Tac, and we'll just share your microphone. That might maybe that'll be the way we do this.
So hopefully, if we don't move and the wind doesn't shift directions, we can keep you on.
The wind doesn't
Shift. The wind doesn't shift directions, Scott. Come on.
Yeah, this is. I'm not sure if this is a cable or a board issue, but it seems to be a cable.
Let's go with my equipment, not yours.
All right.
Oh, my word. Let's see what. Hang on. Let's assume. Okay. Nope. Well, maybe. Maybe, Scott. Maybe we've got it now.
We'll hang in there as best as we can. So, for now that we've hopefully settled that, we have, again, this year for Lander Valley High School, unique football format for 0 week. Other schools across the state are playing what you might call actual games with typical quarters and standard rules apply, officials in place, etc. This is a scripted scrimmage, and we're going to run through the format that we have. For those of you watching the video, they're going to have simultaneous varsity and junior varsity action happening on either side of the 50-yard line here at Cody High School. It's Cody, Lander, and Glenrock is also in town. Glenrock wearing the white for those of you watching at county10.com. Lander wearing their home greens, and Cody wearing their home blues, tops and bottoms. And we'll kind of keep track of the action here play-by-play wise. This is a tough needle to thread for the radio audience back home. We want to let you know what's going on and keep you up to speed on the action, but we'll have 2 kind of games going on at once and a scripted format. First up, you're going to see, now that we're at 4 o'clock, in the north side of the field, if we shift the camera that direction, we have Lander's offense and Cody's defense with 8 reps apiece from the 35-yard line of the defensive zone, if you will. So this would be Lander up first, operating their first sequence from the Cody 35-yard line. And in the event you score, you go right back to the 35-yard line, and you reset. What are you looking for, Mike?
Oh, just let's see who we've got on the field there. Oh, we're into the first break.
Lander Tigers on the field.
1st and 10 at the 35.
Show number 7 at quarterback, but I don't have one on my roster. But on the first snap of the scripted scrimmage, pressure up the middle. Quarterback to his left, falls forward for a gain of about 2 or 3 yards.
Swarmed immediately by Bronx.
They will treat that as a 4-yard gain.
I'll tell you, the offensive line got good separation and pushed in a pretty good hole. But as we look at where they placed it, more or less, Scott, is that the same spot? Kind of looks like we've got about 3 inches off of that one.
They've gotten back to the line of scrimmage. And again, not sure if this is game jerseys. Typically, we'll see Paxton Hollingshead at quarterback. That looks like Pax from here, but he's wearing number 7. Pax with a give up the middle.
Swarmed again by Cody in the secondary and brought back to the line of scrimmage.
It's Braden Baker on the carry.
I'd say he got about 2 steps beyond the line of scrimmage and then tackled backwards. And so we've advanced the ball 6 inches. But that's what you do in 0 week, right? You try stuff out.
This will be play number 3 by my count. Pax in the shotgun. Braden Baker, his senior back to his left. 2 wide out to the left, 1 attached right. And now head coach Jim Burton, who is allowed on the field to make adjustments, as are all the coaches during this scripted scrimmage. Now Lander resets their offset to the right side of the tight end. Give to Baker on the right side. Baker plows forward for a gain of 2. A couple of hard-fought yards there from the senior.
So they had spread 3 wide right and good blocks out downfield, but not quite enough. So we start again at the 35.
I'm going to lose track of plays here, but I think this is number 4.
It is.
So pretty standard so far what we've seen Lander offense based on where they ended up last year. We can talk more about that as the broadcast goes on. For this 4th play from, again, the opponent 35, from Cody's 35, it's Pax in the shotgun, Baker to his right. Give again to Braden Baker, starts up the middle, then resets off right guard, and will fall forward for, again, a gain of 2.
Excellent read on the right-hand side, as Cody had stacked on the left side with two linebackers, 1 at nose, and then 1 lone man over there on the right-hand side.
He had a scramble from Pax on the very first play of the scrimmage here. All the remaining plays have been gives to Braden Baker on the left and right side. Good job by the Cody interior defensive line, forcing things outside, but Braden Baker bouncing outside with the best of them, and he's shifty for his size and power, Mick.
Yeah, I would agree.
Same formation from the Tigers. They have a tight end and a 2-point stance off right tackle. They'll send motion across the center to Pax's right. Hollingshead with a fade, throw to the right side. Nice back shoulder adjustment. Ball falls incomplete. Pass over there intended for Finn McFadden, a returning junior.
It was a nice fake handoff before that pass, but boy, almost a...
What would you call that, Scott? Did that one? Nope. And there I died.
Continuing audio issues here in the booth. Not to make excuses, but this is a brand new headset that you have.
Agree. What the heck?
Yeah.
I'm glad I've got the receipt.
And it does seem like a cable issue.
Hang on.
Tigers again from the shotgun with Hollingshead. Braden Baker to his left. The give is to Braden Baker up the middle. He's contacted right about the original line of scrimmage by a swarm of Cody Bronx.
6 of them to be exact. I'd call it an assault, but, I think he almost got back to the line.
Forced to the outside, but yeah, if that. Back to the 34-yard line on the right hash. Returning seniors for Lander in the upcoming season will be Hollingshead, Braden Baker we mentioned. Barrett Moffitt is back this year, Parker Burton, Darian Herford, defensive presence in the secondary as well as deeper on the receiving depth chart among the seniors. Paxton Hollingshead from the right hash. Motion reset off right tackle in front of him. Give to Braden Baker again right up the middle. Baker chopping his feet. Hits a wall right about the original line of scrimmage. Tough running from Braden Baker, but again, great interior defensive line work from the Cody Bronx.
Braden started about a half a step behind the quarterback on his left side and kind of cut across with that handoff and hit just off of the center's right hip and, kind of hit a wall. But that's to be expected, I suppose.
Braden working hard. Offensive line trying to get some push forward against a stout front 3 for the Cody Bronx.
And it looks like they're lining up on the right side with almost 1 spy. We'll call him 1. Nope, we'll go 1 spy on the right.
Hollingshead sends motion in front of him off left tackle. Braden Baker to his left. Pax looks right, is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Would be a sack. Loss of about 6 had they let the play continue. Back to the 40.
2 Tigers downfield. Looks like, who is that? That is number 3, Scott. Who is number 3?
Finn McFadden again.
Finn McFadden got it all the way down to about the 15-yard line there. And then looks like, I think it was Parker Burton, managed a nice flag route down almost to the 15 or 20 as well. And so he had some targets if he just had some time.
Yeah, that first read, that first look, I think was to Finn, and it wasn't there, and by then some great pressure from his left. Lander again from their own 35. Packs with a shotgun snap with Baker to his left. Throw out into the left side flat. Finn McFadden with a nice move. Scampers to the 30, makes another tackle or miss. Falls forward to the 29. There's a little bit of your electric Finn McFadden that we saw last year. Fun to watch play the receiver position. Great defensive back. I don't think he ever got his kickoff or punt return for a touchdown. He had at least 1, if not 2, called back on a penalty in a game last year. But he is explosive, electrifying, and looks to have not missed a step in the offseason based on what we're seeing so far.
Lander getting a lot of instruction from behind the line, and Cody, more or less a DIY defense. So well put together. Here they are, 4 across the front.
This is Paxton Hollingshead from the shotgun.
Dodges a tackle, only to get another one.
Pax lost the handle there, had the ball bounce right back to him, and was sacked for a loss of 5.5 on the play.
I got to save those dribbles for basketball season, Paxton.
That's right. Great job by him to have it bounce right back to him, but keep the presence of mind not to panic and fall straight down on the ball. Would have resulted in a loss of yardage for the Tigers.
Cody showing a lot of spread in their defense. Looks like 3 linebackers, 4 on the front, and then a handful of safeties mixed in.
Pax again from the shotgun. Baker is to his left as the horn sounds for a change of progression in this format. Baker falling forward for a loss of about 2, it would have been. So with the horn, we will shift everything up here in the scripted scrimmage from Cody. First action that Lander is seeing all season. And what we have next is Lander's offense against Cody's defense, I believe. We just did that.
Now, wouldn't we be moving into Cody O versus Lander D on the varsity side?
Let's go straight down. Thank you, Mick. Let's go straight down the menu here. So we're going to switch up. We will have Cody Bronx on offense. Same drill from the Lander, what would be the Lander 35-yard line. And Lander's defense will take the field for the first time against a Cody offense that we don't have Cody rosters. Those weren't set in time for the broadcast here for 0 week, which is not uncommon. Coaches getting a feel for their team and their depth charts. But Cody obviously making an appearance in the state championship game last year. They ranked number 2 in the WyoPreps 3A preseason poll for what those polls are worth. But safe to say when it comes to 3A football, Star Valley and Cody are going to be right up there every year.
Boy, some broad-shouldered lads for Lander now getting onto the defensive side.
See head coach Jim Burton's vaunted 3-4, the front 3 of which for the Tigers last year did really an outstanding job all season long. Actually have 3 down linemen on the defensive front and a 4th and a 2-point position off the left tackle. Cody quarterback from the shotgun. There's a draw play right up the middle that's diagnosed very well immediately. On the initial contact was, I believe, Hayden St. Clair.
And Gavin Romer finally finished him off.
Romer, great student athlete, a lot of fun, good leader, big guy too when you're standing next to him.
Yeah, that's a formidable. And we're going to see a switch up in the line. Romer on the right-hand side.
Cody taking advantage of confusion in the Lander secondary. They had a mismatch on that wide side of the field. They tried to exploit that with a throw down the sideline. A little bit too much on that ball from the Cody quarterback.
If you had been running in the second lane of the Cody track, you would have had it. But inside of the game, wouldn't have been much of anything.
Interesting to see Cody in just how they call a play and run it in. They'll call the receiver call. They'll break the huddle once the receivers are set, and then snap the ball quickly. And that just gives the defense a lot less time to adjust. So throw into the short side flat.
That was a one-step and go. However, not much there. Lander swarming. So three on the tackle. Romer probably leading a good chunk of it. Boy, he is fast.
Yes. Gavin Romer's a very versatile player, a lot of fun to watch. Great young man as well. Would be a gain of 5 for Cody. Once again, in the scripted scrimmage, Cody's going to snap the ball 8 times or 10 minutes, whichever lasts longer.
You notice that Cody set three receivers out before they actually broke the huddle.
They're going to run to that 3 wide side, receiver wide side.
Oh, man, nobody nearby. Yeah. We're on to the 20, and somersaulting over to the 15.
So you see the Cody Bronx exploiting the right side, it would be, of the Lander defense, getting a good seal from the left offensive tackle there, and then off to the races was the Cody back. That's going to be something the Lander needs to focus on again this year. They did a pretty good job of avoiding defensive big plays last year, and granted, every game you play is not going to be against a team like the Cody Bronx here, but tended to be a backbreaker for the Tigers in years past. Of you play, 8 good defensive plays, and it's the one big one.
Cody, before the break, puts 2 receivers on either side. And I think that's the problem. They're not adjusting fast enough.
From the shotgun, a couple of step drop after that.
Long bomb, but 2 Tigers with him. Doesn't matter.
Deep throw into the end zone is what will be a 30-yard Cody Bronx touchdown. They'll march the ball back to the 35-yard line here in the scripted scrimmage. You notice if you're watching on the YouTube stream, no score on the TV on the stream because there aren't any scores.
We debated to go fantasy football style, but we just couldn't come up with a good enough format.
Just good for the guys to get the work in. So here come the Bronx back to their, what would be, again, the Lander 35-yard line. Cody quarterback again in the shotgun with a running back to his left, a couple of receivers far side right, one short side left. Slap throw to the far side. And across the 30 and diving ahead to about the 26-yard line. After some nifty footwork was that Cody receiver.
Cole Espinoza on the tackle.
Not sure of the gain. They'll bring it back to the 35, but that looked to be about an 8-9 yard
Pardon
gain.
me. Sawyer Natchell at the linebacker position made that tackle.
Ball back to the Lander 35 again here in the scripted scrimmage. Cody quarterback in the shotgun. Play action. Throw over the middle is nearly intercepted. Very well diagnosed and read there by Nick Hazel, I believe. Again, we're in number 35.
Boy, I'll tell you, though, that was a clean fake. As far he got me on the handoff. I was with the Maven binoculars trying to follow a running play, only to see a ball streak across.
Yep.
Streak across. So
Cody again from the shotgun. Single back to the quarterback's right. Hand up the middle. And right down the seam goes the tailback all the way down to the 20-yard line. Again, no rosters for the Cody Bronx that were shared with us anyway as of the start of the game. So we have Landers. Coach Jim Burton's team is pretty well set.
High snap on that play, but got it into play very quickly, and a 15-yard gain for Cody on that one.
Bronx again with a quick snap, 2 wide to the left side.
Oh, and a fumble.
Ball is out. It's going to be scooped up. Not sure who forced the fumble, but there to corral it was Nick Hazel, came up with the ball. And that would have been interesting in live action. He may have gone quite a ways down the field after the strip and may have even scored.
Cody kind of goofed the handoff there and just didn't. That running back just couldn't get it into the pouch fast enough.
See that a lot in early season with quarterbacks and running backs working on the mesh is what we call that. And that's just reps in practice. Cody again from the shotgun. Immediate throw to the right side. Great break on the ball defensively and a good tackle over there from the Tigers in front of the Landers sideline. See if I can get a number on
that. Was number 7, I believe, but we don't have a roster number for that fellow.
7, I think, then is Hollingshead.
Okay.
He was listed as number 1, wearing number 1, but I think that was Pax.
It must have been laundry day.
So Cody stacks a couple of receivers. Wide side to the left. Instead it's a draw right up the middle. Landers front line doing a good job containing the Cody back, who falls forward for a gain of about 3 yards.
Taj Prine managed to grab onto that Cody Bronk, hang onto the belt for a minute, and then finish him with a tackle.
Cody again resetting quickly. Same formation.
Another handoff.
To the quarterback's right. Back right up the middle to about the 20, maybe 21-yard line. 31-yard line. It's worth stopping down here to mention what you pointed out earlier, Mick, with Cody. I have not seen this from them in years past as they run their next offensive play from the same formation. They'll send their receivers out first. They'll keep the rest of the team in the offensive huddle, pass to the far sideline, out of bounds in front of the Lander bench. And then the last thing that happens before the ball is snapped is the offensive lineman, the running back, and the quarterback break to the line of scrimmage, and they snap the ball right away. So the defense has only a couple of seconds to adjust to that.
Oh, my. And even after the snap, that quarterback is half a step and go. And, once he gets that back foot planted, it's off again. I don't think we've seen this guy scramble yet.
No. Yeah, that's pretty typical for Cody and Star Valley, for that matter, who have had a disgusting wealth of quarterback talent over the last couple of years.
This new quarterback, now scrambling.
And he's going to roll to his left. Nice boot out, nice throw, and the ball is bobbled. Nice deflection there by Barrett Moffitt, I think playing the island cornerback position over there. Got a hand in there to disrupt what would have been a big gain for Cody.
Some 0 week new quarterbacking. And, this guy just a little bit thinner than the previous starter.
4 wide for Cody. It's going to be a give to a tall tailback right up the middle. Eases forward to about the 22. Believe the ball may have come out. No officials or referees here in the scrimmage. That would have been interesting in regulation to see if that would have been a fumble. So
we change again.
Cody Bronx score once. Lander unable to find the end zone in their scripted series. Let's go ahead and step aside, take a break. We'll hear from some of our sponsors and come right back after this. You're listening to 0 Week Football. Lander Valley hosting or visiting a scripted scrimmage here in Cody against the Bronx and Glenrock. Back after this on 1330 KOVE and County10.com.
Goddard Construction is a local contractor dedicated to our community. We're proud to support our student athletes in every sport, on and off the field. We believe in hard work, crafting excellence, and building legacies one project at a time. We bring your vision to life. Visit GoddardConstruction.com to see what we can create for you. Goddard Construction, building Fremont County one project at a time.
Discover personalized banking at Central Bank and Trust. We offer personal and business banking tailored to your needs. Enjoy the convenience of our online banking platform, whether managing accounts, applying for mortgages, or going paperless. With branches across Fremont County, we provide drive-through and lobby services. Experience simpler applications for mortgages and loans, all from your computer or mobile device. Connect with us at centralbanktrust.com.
Back here at Cody High School, Scott Fuller and Mick Pryor with Lander Valley Tigers 0 Week scripted scrimmage action for you. Appreciate those of you following along, listening on 1330 KOVE and watching at County10.com.
We're back to some varsity offense and Cody defense. We're going to try it again from the 35, see if we can come up with something a little bit more productive this time around. Ball being tossed in from the east side, and here we go.
Tigers unable to score in their first sequence here in the scripted scrimmage, so it's Paxton Hollingshead with a give to Braden Baker off right tackle. Baker cuts it up.
Couple of jukes.
A 30-yard line. Falling forward is Braden Baker for another extra couple of yards.
Spot him a 6-7 yard run right there. And at this point, we are going to start counting down. So that is second down here.
Yeah, so they got the chain gang in mid-season form. Got to get them practice and reps as well. Second down, as Mick indicated, about 3, we'll say, for the Tigers, now from the 28-yard line of Cody.
Oh, come on, Scott. Let's go 2 feet and 2 yards and 2 feet.
Hollingshead from the shotgun with 2 wide receivers short side to his right. Baker's to his left in the gun. There's a pitch left side, wide side to Baker. Baker puts his foot in the ground. Contacts a couple of Bronx up to the 25-yard line. That'll be a gain. Actually, that's going to be close to a first down.
I don't think they're going to spot it quite there. And like in sporting fashion, we're going to go third and probably, what do you think, a foot?
It's a half a yard, yeah. Foot and a half.
Sure. We'll go 18 inches. Why not?
Run from Baker brings the ball to the left hash marker, very near it. So this is a interesting call for, coaches and play callers have to warm up here too, get ready for the season. Imagine this is a game situation. If you find yourself at Cody's 26, On 3rd and short, this is a pretty important play in the game.
Cody setting up 4 across the front, 3 across the back, and then 2 safeties and 2 corners, in traditional position.
Hollingshead has 2 receivers short side, now sends one of those receivers in motion. Reset off right tackle. Pitch right side to West. I think that's Cody West who has the first down and then some, diving forward for a gain of about 2 or 3.
Excellent excellent blocking on behalf of the Tigers, but he cut inside and got a couple more steps out of it.
And make sure that was Cody West, who I think is number 30. Braden Baker's number 34 or 30. Yeah, 34. Cody West does return for Lander this year. Yeah, I think that was West on the last carry. He's there in the huddle. Impressive guy. I can't quite say a change of pace back because he's also big and bruising and likes to run downhill and is shifty, just like Braden Baker, but is definitely not a thunder and lightning run approach for the Tigers. It's thunder and more thunder, I think. So with a first down, Tigers with Hollingshead from the shotgun.
Stacking strong on the right.
This is a give again to West. Off right guard, West lost the football. And the ball bounced to a friendly jersey, although about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Now spotted at the 29-yard line.
Don't want to see that. Cody West contacted right off the right guard as he took the ball on the right side there. The ball pop out, fortunately, right to a Tiger who was in the backfield.
Cody doing some auditioning changes and puts 2 new fresh faces on the front line. Still front 4 with 3 linebackers, 2 corners, and 2 safeties. Lander now setting up.
This would be a 2nd and 15. Cody West will reset to Hollingshead's right side. Packs with motion in front of the center. Now gets the shotgun snap. Give it to Cody West. Strong run up the middle, falling past the 25-yard line. Back to just about the original line of scrimmage for 3rd and 10.
We got back inside the chains, however, which is always a good sign. Looks like we're now to 3rd and 10.
This would be another interesting real game situation. You just have to imagine you're this deep into a team like Cody's territory. If this were a real game, you got to take advantage of these moments, and it's a 3rd down and 9 now. They've given an extra yard to West run on the end of that. So 3rd and 9 play call coming up for head coach Jim Burton and his offensive staff. Lander breaks the huddle. Ball on the right hash. Be a trio of backs behind Hollingshead, who is under center this time. Give to the deep back in that diamond set, who I think is Baker. Baker spins for a short gain to about the 21.
That, Scott, was probably more of an audition of your starting front line as opposed to anything the running back could have done. It was swarmed by Cody players, right within a step and a half of that play unfolding.
Yeah, I like that Lander does the scrimmage against a team like Cody. Doesn't do your team a whole lot of good to have a scrimmage like this against an inferior team or even an equal team. No secret, Cody's one of the best in 3A, and that's what Lander wants to be, so you get to see it before the games actually count. Straight 3 running backs across in the backfield. Hollingshead under center, play action fake. Now throws into the end zone. That's going to be a Lander Tiger touchdown. See who caught that for the Tigers as he snuck out of the backfield with the trickery in the 3 back straight across set. Still can't see if that
number
was
5 there.
McFadden. That was actually Barrett Moffitt with the first touchdown of the scrimmage for the Lander Tigers.
There is a hope, Scott, on the season.
Yeah, they did the Tigers all expectations last year. I'd probably dare to say even their own expectations last year, making the playoffs for the first time in several years, first time in the Jim Burton era anyway. Their reward for that hard work was going to Star Valley in the first round, but one step at a time.
That's right. Now, like all this karma will add up eventually, kind of like Moose Points.
This will be Hollingshead from the shotgun. Throws a fade to the right side. Nice back shoulder throw, and the ball is complete.
Not a lot of speed and quite a bit of arc, but just enough to get it on.
I think that was McFadden.
That was.
So they'll mark that down to the 15-yard line. It's a good ball from Hollingshead there as well.
Cody still lining up on the 4-3. Here goes Lander lining up. We're going to send one receiver south on the and here's the handoff to Holly. I apologize, Scott. I don't have. I'm still trying to memorize my roster here, folks.
You'll get to know them pretty quickly, though. They're a lot of fun to interact with before and after the games, and they'll stand out to you on the field. I think that was Braden Baker on the carry for 1 yard, down to the 14-yard line of Cody. See how much time we have. 47 seconds in this chapter or sequence of the scripted scrimmage.
However, I would tell you, I don't think the coaches are paying much attention to the time at this point. It's more about just seeing if we can execute a well-designed play.
Hollingshead with 2 to the wide side left, 1 short side right. Baker the back with Pax.
Oh, almost picked off.
Throws a ball that would have been taken to the house. Hollingshead, single coverage there, through to the slot-ish, I'll say. It wasn't the far side receiver, but who was all the way by the sideline. But that corner playing single coverage read that perfectly, just dropped the ball, but that would have been a pick 6 in the regular season.
A little bit more stick-em, he would have had it.
Again, good to have it happen now and not a week from now, and Lander hosts their first game of the season.
Here we go, last play of the set.
They're going to squeeze one more in.
Lander going 2 left, wide.
So it's Hollingshead with Braden Baker to his left. 3rd and 9 it would be. Give to Braden Baker. Right side now puts his foot in the ground, falls forward for a gain of about 2 or 3, we'll say. That will be the last play of the sequence. Scripted scrimmage from Cody. Lander Tigers do find the end zone on this portion of the scrimmage. We'll take a break, come right back after this with more 0-week scrimmage football from Cody. Lander Valley High School football on 1330 KOVE and County10.com.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at FremontChevyGMCRiverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
We are Maven. We focus on the fundamentals, clean, simple designs with the very best modern materials and technologies. We refuse to compromise our mountain town roots to follow the well-worn path to $1. We choose instead to make game-changing gear and use it in the places and pursuits that inspire us every day. We are Maven, a company focused on the design and creation of innovative products for and by the modern outdoors.
Welcome back to Cody High School in Cody, Wyoming. Scott Fuller and Mick Pryor here for 0-week football. Lander Tigers in a jamboree format is what they call this, Mick. I don't know who came up with that.
I'm going to go with a Boy Scout of some
moniker,
sort there.
But yeah, it sounds like it. But there are 3 teams here. Lander's JV is playing to our right in the south end. And what you see on the screen right now is Lander's varsity playing Cody. So the JV is playing Glenrock, while the varsity defense back on the field for the Tigers.
Save some gas on being able to see two teams at once, albeit one team we probably won't see again.
I like this format, though. I think it's useful for all teams. Gets the varsity and JV in some action as Cody, their offense back on the field. Play action fake off the shotgun snap, and nice pursuit to the football by a couple of Lander secondary players. In on that tackle was
Hollingshead.
Yeah, I don't know who's wearing number 1.
You don't think it's Hollingshead?
No, I think Pax is wearing number 7.
Okay.
Confusing us as usual. Nice run up the middle here on Cody's second play. That would have been 2nd down, so they'll have 1st and 10, and this is even faster tempo for the Cody Broncs is from the shotgun. A give on the left side, falling forward to the 20-yard line. This is just deadly. I mean, you see how quick Cody functions.
Now we're in a no huddle offense here.
And they are quick, probably 6-7 seconds between plays.
Couple of steps on the quarterback, and then he decides to keep it.
The whistles are confusing here, too, because we have two simultaneous games with varsity and JV happening on the same field, and you usually hear a whistle and wait for things to stop, but may not be intended for you.
Another no-snap huddle for Cody.
Going to try the shotgun again, stacking receivers in the slot on the wide side right. That's a nice play in the backfield. Running back initially gets away, falls forward. I think that's, who was that, Parker Burton.
Cody West had the touch first, slowed him down enough for Burton.
West valuable on both sides of the ball, expected to be again this year for Lander. Here's Cody, 5 seconds later, snapping the ball again. Give up the middle. There's Cody West on a tackle again. He had some help from big number 55. That is Caleb Hamilton, a returning senior.
And one of those Hudson Outlaws, if we could ever get enough kids to fund a team anymore.
Shotgun snap for the quick-moving Bronx. Throw left side end zone, incomplete. Nice coverage over the top there from Lander Tigers playing safety. Let's see what that was back there. Got a finger on the ball to disrupt, cause an incompletion. Can't get a jersey number, though.
Great coverage, though. Three Tigers within 3 steps.
Yep, they had single coverage there on the receiver initially, and the safety coming over to help out actually made the play.
Looks like we'll start again at the 35 on a first and 10 drive for Cody.
They look good again this year. Trying to get a feel for 3A. It's only 0 week. And you can't overread necessarily because Lander, when they did this last season in Lander on 0 week, it looked like they might be able to play with the Cody Bronx. But it's different than a game. First action for everybody. Cody, especially when they're hurrying like that, is just a scary team.
Cody sets 2 left.
There's a shotgun snap, throw to the wide side, right? Just a little bit behind his intended receiver.
Had he caught it, he would have been about 2 yards past the first down marker, but now we're into second down.
And the Bronx are right back on the ball at the 35, 2nd and 10 it would be.
My, these no-huddle things.
Play action fake, now throw in the right flat. Nice blocking there on the right side. Better defensive play by a couple of Tigers to bring down the receiver on the screen there to the far side. Ends up being a gain of about 4.
Looks like they'll spot it at the 37.
Ball's on the turf as Cody went a little bit too quickly that time. Cody fell back on the ball. A couple of Tigers in the backfield nearly making the play. I should really run a stopwatch. I mean, they're even running subs into the game. Granted,
4th and 5 now.
Not from the sideline, but they're bringing new personnel in. So it would be 4th and 5, shotgun snap. Throw again.
Long
left
bomb.
Side of the end zone is caught. Nice back shoulder pass and catch for what would be a Cody touchdown. Good coverage there on an island by himself. Let me see who that was for Lander, who just got a little bit turned around.
He got outplayed just a little bit. There was a stop, just a half a step backwards, and then a roll out to the bottom corner of the end zone. And I
think that was Braden Baker.
Yeah. Oh, he's
a 24?
Yes.
I don't have a 24, so I don't want to assign anybody who wasn't involved there, but that's a tough defensive play. You're all by yourself in single coverage and just got turned around. Cody shifting their formation now to 2 receivers left side, 1 to the right, and then reset their running back from the shotgun to the quarterback's left. This will be a design quarterback run off left tackle, 30, 25, couple of blocks down to the 20, all the way down to inside the 15-yard line with a design quarterback run to the left. That was just a power sweep to the left by the QB.
Solid running there. Boy, Lander couldn't quite seem to get themselves into gear for a better shot on that quarterback angle-wise.
Shotgun snap, now give right up the middle. There'd be a face mask, but no flag because there are no refs. And ends up being no gain on the play, but in there was Caleb Hamilton getting his big paw into the receiver's or the running back's face mask.
Yeah, let's not make that a habit, Caleb.
Ends up being a loss on the play of about 3, so 2nd and 13. Shotgun snap. Play action fake, and now rolling to his right.
Still alive.
Is the quarterback who makes a couple of Tigers miss all the way down inside the 5, inside the 2, in fact.
Romer managing to make the tackle just before the inevitable.
Tigers had a clean runner on the quarterback, and a play action fake got him in the air, and the quarterback just went right around him. Shotgun snap from inside the 2. This is a screen to the left, receiver screen, and well played, well defended by the Tigers near the pylon. Actually, a loss, good loss there of about 3 or 4. It's back outside the 5-yard line.
Boy, I tell you, though, when you're that close to the end zone, it doesn't even feel like a loss.
Shotgun snap right up the middle, past the 5, into the end zone for the Cody Bronx. And another touchdown for Cody here in 0-week scrimmage.
A couple of high tackles there, just not quite enough. We need to get a little bit below the belt there if we're going to stop those types of runs.
Yes, very true. A lot of high tackling, especially on the second level there. And both teams are running film of this scrimmage so that they can have some things to look back on and hopefully correct. Get used to running film work.
So we'll start it again at the first on the 1st and 10 on the 35. Cody is now taking a little bit more of a protracted huddle. Looks like a little bit of coaching, a little bit of
huddle
adjustment.
is deadly.
My word.
4 to 6 seconds from the end of a play to the following snap. Good luck. Cody does that well. Star Valley does that well. Cody was as fast between plays last year as they are this year.
And I'll tell you, that is conditioning to the nth degree, isn't it?
Mental, too. So Cody again running. The trouble with the shotgun snap, quarterback is brought down for what would be a 7-yard loss. That was Sawyer and Kazel into the backfield, reading that well and taking advantage of the quarterback mishandle.
They're going to give him a gimme, and we're going to start again on the 35, but it'll be second down now. A little bit more forgiving here in 0 week.
Cody quarterback says something to his center. Now back into the shotgun as a running back to his right. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right side. This will be a shotgun snap, and in trouble's the quarterback rolling to his right. Resets, has a receiver downfield with a nice catch at about the 19-yard line.
Boy, I tell you, these whistles are a little bit confusing. I get the feeling our Lander defense here is easing up, thinking that there might have been a whistle.
That's part of it, yeah. It's also the speed of this Cody team. You hear the change of session horn. Cody's going to run one more snap with a draw up the middle from the shotgun. Nice low tackle there. Bringing the ball carrier down to about the 11-yard line. See if I can scratch a number on that. Almost too low of a tackle there, but it got the job done. Well, we're going to switch things up, and I think we're going to switch things up here to special teams, but we'll double-check our menu, our agenda here, and come right back after this on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com, today.
Elevate Rehab's founding principle on you is evident from your first visit to the last. Our practice model ensures treatment as you deserve, a private one-on-one session with a licensed therapist the entire visit, every visit. All therapists hold advanced credentialing, including 2 certified hand therapists, an orthopedic clinical specialist, an MDT therapist, as well as pelvic floor and pregnancy rehab offerings. With over 100 years of combined experience between our 7 clinicians, Elevate is your ticket to health. Find us in Lander or DuBois and visit our website or Facebook page. Choose Elevate Rehab to elevate your outcomes.
And we're back here in Cody. Scott Fuller and Mick Pryor for the unofficial start of football season in Lander Valley. From Cody, we bring you the scripted scrimmage between Cody, Lander, and Glenrock, all participating teams here. So we are going to discover together what is coming up next. What we have on the format is Lander's offense against a combination of Cody and Glenrock's defense in what they have marked down here as a 4x4. I'm not sure if that's a personnel consideration or if it's a number of snaps, but we're going to find out together. Glenrock has come down the sideline to join Lander on the visiting bench.
What you see over the on our streaming right now is Lander JV and Cody JV duking it out.
Again, love that part of this format. JV guys don't have to wait on the sideline as the varsity guys get their reps in. They've been working this whole time that we've been streaming on their own side of the field, which is nothing but great for everybody. So Cody has sent their 11-man defense, what I believe is their starting defense, out. Lander is sending out their offense. Glenrock right now is just taking a look at everything. So it might be that they run different personnel packages between the teams onto the field after 4 plays. I don't know. We'll find out. But it does appear to be Lander's offense against Cody's defense to start this part of the scrimmage.
Kind of a choose-your-own-adventure game here in Cody.
Cody's defense ready and waiting. Lander huddling up and now breaking the huddle. Make sure the personnel's all the same. Looks like it. Looks to be Lander's starting offense with Pack's shotgun. I think it's Braden Baker to his left. Two receivers left side, one to the right. Play action fake to Baker. Finn McFadden on the left side makes a couple of people miss, falling forward nicely inside the 30.
I think we'll spot it at the 28 and a second down for Lander. Nice little gain of 7.
He's a lot of fun to watch, Finn McFadden. He's going to get that punt return and kickoff return for a touchdown this year. He's waiting for it last year. Never happened, but Finn, as Tiger fans remember from last year, had a couple of big plays, notably in that Buffalo game. Big win at home that solidified a playoff berth for the Tigers.
Cody stacked 4-3.
So you see Cody West and Baker both in the backfield. McFadden gives it to Baker to his left. Braden Baker, strong run up the gut near the line to gain. See where they mark this ball. Could be a first down.
Almost, yeah, he's going to give him forward progress, so they'll mark it at the 25-yard line. And if our chain crew is paying attention, yep, move those chains. Here we go.
Not going to stop for a good old measurement here in the scrimmage. At least we still have the chains here at the high school level. Up at the NFL, you may have seen in the preseason the technology used to spot the ball, virtual chains, if you will.
Oh, dear. Just one more way for New York to goof up an after-the-play call.
Hollingshead from the shotgun has Baker to his right. From the left hash, give this to Braden Baker, straight up the middle. Falls forward for a gain of 2. Make sure that was Braden Baker. It was. Yep, they'll give him about 2, second down and 8.
Going to spot the ball now at the 23-yard line. Cody very stoic in their defensive formation.
So that's more than 4 plays now. And Glenrock, their varsity team, is on the Lander sideline just watching all this happen. I don't know when they're going to become involved in this part of the scrimmage or if they are. Lander breaks the huddle on second down and 8. Hollingshead from the shotgun with a single back. That is Baker to his right. 2 receivers wide side right. And shotgun snap ends up in a give to Braden Baker. Keeps his feet moving, but nice interior pursuit by Cody.
It stays on his feet all the way to the end of the play.
It might be the line of scrimmage. In fact, he'll lose 2.
No, they're going to... Oh, Scott, they gave him a little bit there. I think he gained 1 on that.
Good call, Mick. I was looking at the chain gang on the far side. You misled me.
Yeah, a little asleep there, chain gang, but we're going to spot it fourth down now.
All right, so Cody's defense is coming off the field. Glenrock's defense is coming on the field.
Oh, fresh meat.
So I don't know. I wasn't counting the number of plays there, but it was more than 4.
I want to say that was maybe 6, but maybe it was 4. Maybe it was a true set of downs.
So here's a treat. You have Lander's offense against Glenrock's defense. Not going to see this every day. Tigers, they'll keep the ball where it was at the 23, left hash mark. It's Hollingshead with a shotgun snap. Single back to his left is Braden Baker. Sweep right side to Baker. Has a little bit of room. Falls after being contacted at the 20 for a gain of 3.
There is a Glenrock player there with a little bit of a loose helmet, kind of rattling around, and he's going to rotate out. Doesn't look like he's hurt, but Glenrock changing out the guard very quickly here.
It's a team I've never seen before. I've not seen Glenrock. Just doesn't come up often enough with our Fremont County teams.
Well, I'll tell you what, decent size on Glenrock's defense. Boy, oh boy, even in the secondary, we've got some height and we've got some girth, as far as broad shoulders there.
Tigers are not sure if fourth down is official there, but we'll say it's 4th and 3. Right hash mark. Shotgun is Hollingshead. Sends motion across formation. 2 receivers are wide side left. Quick throw over the middle. And making a man miss before he loses the football and then
dribbles it into the end zone.
Was that Baker or I think that was Nick Hazel from the tight end's position on the right side there, who got a little dink pass from Hollingshead over the middle, corralled it, then had the ball stripped away, bounced right back to him and scored.
I'll tell you, Scott, one thing that I'm noticing from this Lander offense is just a little bit more hesitation in the handoffs. They need to speed it up just a little bit. They're giving that defense a little bit too long of a read.
Yeah, Lander's entire offense is based on the run threat and the mesh in the shotgun. And when you're doing that well, you can ride that into a pretty surprising passing attack as well.
But we haven't exercised that option yet.
No, not very often. No, it's I think we may have play actioned a couple of times. Had the one, now 2 throws for a touchdown. But yeah, I think these guys have worked together before in previous years, but just early season stuff as the run from Braden Baker off the right side. It's tackled at about the 35-yard line.
He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll mark it more or less, actually 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage and a third down notionally. It's kind of one of those, does it really matter if we just end up at the line of scrimmage again?
Doesn't here today. Nope. It's kind of nice. Don't have to worry about down and distance. Don't have to worry about the clock. It's just getting out there and hitting some people, and when you score, you bring it right back. So we'll say 2nd down and 11.
Lander stacking 2 on the left.
As Hollingshead from the shotgun has Baker to his left. There's that play action.
2-step drop back.
Is caught. Nice catch in traffic for what will be close to a first down, or would be. And that was... See who that was over there. I think that was Finn McFadden.
They're going to mark it at the 25-yard line, so a nice movement of the chains.
It was Finn going over the middle like that. You know you're going to get hit. Great job by McFadden to hang on to the ball.
And now we switch sides. Here comes Glenrock's offense.
This will be interesting to see as well against Lander's defense. You mentioned it, Mick. Glenrock has some size. Some tall guys up there up front.
Oh, my. Yeah, this is, is Glenrock a 3A team, Scott, or am I missing it?
I don't believe so.
I was going to say, considering we're in 3A East, we would have seen these guys by now, but, some behemoths in the 2A division.
So a good test to play some unfamiliar players for the Lander defense. Ball's out to the 35 for Glenrock. See what these teams like to run. Always like to watch new offenses I haven't seen before. You'll see Glenrock's quarterback under center with a big tailback 5 yards behind him.
Stacking 3 to the right.
Yep, trip short side to the right side. Under center. It's a 7-step drop by the quarterback. And now
scrambling.
Has to evade pressure and is brought down, or would have been for the sack.
Boy, oh boy, way to go, Caleb Hamilton on that pull down. Or was that Romer? 66.
That was Gavin Romer.
Oh boy.
Yeah, great job getting in the backfield and then staying with the quarterback who was trying to scramble. That would have been a positive play for the Lander defense in a regular season game.
Glenrock doing more of a chorus line type of huddle as opposed to the round huddle that Lander typically uses.
And a full-length huddle, too, which I'll take after Cody and their fast pace earlier here in the scrimmage.
Yeah, gives you a little bit of time to adjust.
Glenrock with one man in the backfield. He's kind of off a right tackle. They send motion behind the quarterback from across the formation
and hand it
under
off
center. And then it's a jet sweep to the right side, across the 30, falling ahead to the 25. Would probably be good enough for a first down.
I don't know, Scott. It looks like they're going to mark it about a yard short there.
Yard short, must have stepped out of bounds.
Oh, boy.
So we'll say it's 3rd and 1.
Now, in this scrimmage, we're operating with one referee. No line judges or anything like that. So we're beholden to a single guy with a single point of view. Although he's letting them play, it's going pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of flags.
Yeah, I get the feeling this guy is in an administrative role just to spot the ball.
3rd and 1 for Glenrock from the right hash. Late substitution.
Looks like they're going to stack in an I formation this time.
How about that? Old-fashioned I formation behind the quarterback who's under center. 2 wide receivers to the left, wide side, 1 short side right. Play action. Good old 5-step drop again. Throwing over the middle of the field. That ball's intercepted. Pick for the Lander Tigers. That ball got away from the Glenrock quarterback just a little bit. Coming down with a pick is Barrett Moffitt from the middle of the defense.
No, it was a good look. Moffitt had his eyes up the whole time, and quite frankly, I don't think there was ever a moment in doubt where he was going to come down with it.
That's one of those where it's so easy as a DB, you're like, this can't be real. This is not, I'm going to drop this because it's too easy.
Kind of a, oh wait, is he throwing to me?
Yeah, exactly. Something's wrong here. So Glenrock gets the ball back here in the scrimmage format. Will be another shot for them.
Stacking I formation.
Yeah, again, straight eye behind the quarterback under center. Exact same formation with 2 wide side to the left. This time a handoff to the deep back. Powerful run off the left side, good for a couple yards, 2, maybe 3.
Excellent coverage by Lander, swarming that football and giving that, what are we spotting at, 3 more yards?
Yeah, that would be a first down if it mattered at all. You get to say things in this week where it's fun to say as a broadcaster, too.
That's right.
None of this matters. Yeah. Of course it does matter, but it does not matter down in distance, does not matter what the score is.
And so now we see some interesting play action here. We're going to go Glenrock with Glenrock offense, Cody defense. So we're going to, what do you think, Scott? Should we take a break?
Let's take a break, and then when we come back, we're going to go to the other side of the field and show the JV action that's happening. And we can preview the season ahead and go ahead and reflect on the season that was, too. So we'll come back to 0 Week with some JV action on the other side of the field right after this on 1330 KOVE and County10.com.
Welcome to Bailey Tire Pros, your local tire and auto repair specialists in Riverton and Lander. Say no to endless online tire listings and experience the convenience of local service. With unbeatable prices and top quality tires, we're here to change the game. Quality service and expert staff ensure you always get the right fit for your car. Choose local. Choose Bailey Tire Pros, where your satisfaction hits the road.
Welcome to Haskell Furniture and Flooring in Riverton. Discover a huge variety of top brands like Ashley, Tempur-Pedic, Serta, Lazy Boy, and more. Our showroom is filled with stylish and comfortable furniture for every room. Come visit us at 2210 North Federal and transform your home today. Explore the exceptional quality and unbeatable prices we offer. Visit HaskellFurnitureandFlooring.com to learn more. Haskell Furniture and Flooring. Best prices, better service.
Welcome back to Cody High School. It's 0 Week. Scott Fuller and Mick Pryor in the press box here at Cody to bring you a scripted scrimmage for the LVHS Tigers. And what you're seeing on the screen right now, for those of you watching at County10.com, is our JV squad. Lander's varsity has taken a break as Cody and Glenrock are on the north side of the field. So look closely, if you can, parents and relatives, for your loved one's JV number. Hopefully you can pick those out. But Mick, first of all, longtime Lander Tiger follower, I think is fair to say for you?
I'd say reasonable, Scott. I haven't been to as many games as I would like, but, that's life in the fast lane over there in Hudson. But
this is a good time, I think, to reflect on the progress that was made by the Tigers last year. For years and years and years, Lander had fallen on hard times, and last season a couple of things clicked in the right games, and it got exciting.
Hard times is probably a very polite way of saying it. It was almost wandering in the wilderness there, Scott. Don't get me wrong. We had glimmers of greatness, but never enough to, encapsulate a game, much less sometimes it felt like even quarters.
Do you have any thoughts or theories as to last year about what went right, or what the scuttlebutt is around town? I followed them all year. I can have my opinions, but what's the general public perception of these Tigers after last year?
I think, quite frankly, we're still on the up. I would say that in talking to the handful of folks who are more knowledgeable than me on it, I think we're probably still, even though we've got some really great seniors, we still have some up-and-comers. As we look at this JV squad, and a little bit of lack of size relative to the varsity. Looks like varsity harvested all of the size and probably all of the talent, I would assume.
That's what's going to happen. Yeah.
But boy, I don't think, in years past we have had such a complete group of junior varsity players kind of setting up. It looks like from a formation and from an action standpoint, these guys are in it to win it.
Nice little roll out there from the quarterback. Not sure who that is for JV, but also a nice catch in the end zone that you're seeing. Yeah, from my standpoint, after covering the Tigers for a couple of years, it got off to what I assumed might have been a pretty typical start, kind of what we were expecting. They did get that win in the first game of the year, which I think was important for the season to come when things got a little bit tougher. They definitely lost a couple of games they should have won. There was a game in Douglas that stood out to me that was a road game in Douglas that was right in their grasp, and that would have been a big win for them. But they had kind of that magical run down the stretch where they took it to Rollins, and Rollins was having a hard year last year. That Buffalo game, I'm never going to forget that Buffalo game.
I'll tell you, Scott, if there were maybe 3 more regular season games in the Wyoming season, I think we probably would have been primed for a state run.
You think? You do have your Codys and Star Valleys for everybody.
There's always a spoiler. But quite frankly, I'm telling you, I think sometimes these elite teams come out the gate charging and are basically just limping across the finish line at the end. And I'm not going to necessarily accuse Star Valley of that, but it was not the Star Valley at the beginning of the year, as best I could tell based on stats.
Yeah, I mean, it's the expectation in 3A, which matters none, preseason polls, and nothing matters until next week when you finally get on the field with games and stats that count. But everyone's expecting Star Valley and Cody to run into each other again at the end of 3A. That very well might be the case. I think it's a little bit more wide open once you get down further than that. Riverton is, I think, poised for a good year. They might be your number 3 team as of right now. Douglas lost a couple of key players. And then you have, we'll see where Evanston is. They're always kind of a wild card. Buffalo's always kind of a wild card. Where's Lander in that mix is my question. So obviously yet to be determined, but there's an opening, some parity there that I think, who knows about Riverton, who knows about Douglas, but Lander can find a space in the top of the conference, not necessarily 1 or 2. But if they do things right, 3 and below is pretty open for everybody else.
And I'll tell you, it's not to say that opposing teams aren't collecting tape on Lander, but being on the far western side of the 3A East Conference, and I was thinking about that, 3A East as far as Lander goes is 3A means east of here.
Yeah. Yep.
Good grief. I'm like, what a goofed up map.
Well, it's going to be Torrington for Lander again this year. They made the move to 3A at the beginning of last season. We drew the short straw on that this year because we hosted Torrington last year. So we're going to be going to Torrington. We'll just run down the schedule here. After today, next Friday, is the home opener, season opener against Green River. Interesting matchup there. That's a game that Lander did well in last year. They'll host Powell. Keep an eye on that Powell-Riverton 0-week game. Even though it doesn't count, that's probably the best game in the state today over in Riverton. And then it's a road trip to Evanston. Again, always kind of a historical wild card matchup at Torrington the next week on the 26th of September. It's a long road trip. The coaching staff down there is great. I like Torrington a lot as a program. So we'll see what happens there. It's a tough game. Hosting Douglas this year.
Is that it? Is that the homecoming game on the 3rd of October?
It may be. That would be about right. The following week is the Keeper of the Goal game. That's when Riverton comes to Lander. So it would be one of those two. Either would be fun to have a homecoming game. Then you wrap up the season at Rollins and then at Buffalo. So the matchups I'm most interested in personally, preseason-wise, which matter nothing because no one's played any football yet. At Torrington, I think, is a key game. At home against Douglas is a key game. At home against Riverton's always a key game. And then we'll see again if the last game of the year, this time at Buffalo, matters a whole lot like it did last year. Winner of that game last year was in the playoffs. The loser was done. And it was Lander who came out on top in dramatic fashion. So here in Cody, we have the Glenrock and Cody varsity squads on the field. Lander has taken a much-deserved break. Let's go ahead and step aside ourselves for a couple of minutes. Before we do...
And we see Lander coming back onto the field. So why don't we take a quick timeout, Scott? Maybe not too long here.
So when we come back, Cody's offense ready against Lander's defense back in 60 seconds. How about on 1330 KOVE and County10.com.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com, today.
Elevate Rehab's founding principle on you is evident from your first visit to the last. Our practice model ensures treatment as you deserve, a private one-on-one session with a licensed therapist the entire visit, every visit. All therapists hold advanced credentialing, including 2 certified hand therapists, an orthopedic clinical specialist, an MDT therapist, as well as pelvic floor and pregnancy rehab offerings. With over 100 years of combined experience between our 7 clinicians, Elevate is your ticket to health. Find us in Lander or DuBois and visit our website or Facebook page. Choose Elevate Rehab to elevate your outcomes.
That super aggressive no huddle. 5-6 seconds between snaps during our break. A couple of nice passes. One over the middle. Has the ball down to the we'll say 14-yard line as Cody's quarterback operating from the shotgun. Single back to his right. Trips wide side to the left. One receiver short side right. Back to pass. Throwing a wheel that is just over the head of the intended receiver. Pretty good coverage there from the Tigers, but a good throw would have been a touchdown for Cody.
First down will be at the 2-yard line. So Cody, while we were on commercial break, 2 quick fast passes on the right-hand side. Boy, I'll tell you, this no-huddle offense is really catching Lander on its heels.
Catches everybody off guard. It's almost not fair. Cody quarterback from the shotgun with a sweep to the right from his tailback. Diving forward, pushing Lander Tigers into the end zone for what would be, nope, they're going to mark it short. Inside the 1-yard line. So here's a good opportunity after that long run from Cody to get some goal line work in.
And this is prime attention time for Lander to be able to adjust quickly.
Shotgun snap, run up the middle, and into the end zone after a couple of extra efforts from the tailback. So that was a nice scripted drive from the Cody Broncs with the no-huddle, quick no-huddle on display.
Boy, I'll tell you, I wonder, Scott, how long it took him to perfect that no-huddle. And that's roughly 3 to 4 plays in sequence that you just have to know and get used to. And when I was playing football years ago, you were always gassed after about the second play. Yeah. So you had to really, really practice those things just to make sure that you were doing all of the right work, breath control-wise and everything else.
Well, Cody has it. I mean, they've got this program down, and it's a generational thing at this point, and it's really hard to get there. But once you do, those freshmen that come into the locker room, they know exactly what's expected of them. They look around and see the mannerisms and the behavior of the older kids, and they say, all right, can't get away with anything in this locker room. And summer conditioning, you touched on that earlier, but this is a year-round thing for Cody football. They are at it all year long in the weight room, on the track, everywhere. You're not going to find these guys loafing in the offseason if they want a roster spot.
And I'll tell you, Scott, that maybe that's the difference. Lander started their Pop Warner football stuff about the time most of these sophomores and juniors were really starting to take an interest in football. So maybe we're finally starting to see the dividends of the long tail of a program in the works.
I think that's a great point, and it's been overlooked by a lot of schools until recent decades, I would say. But the good programs figured it out that not only do you have to have that young football program, but it has to be tied into the varsity program. So you got to be working on the same things the high schoolers are. Obviously not exactly, but the same fundamentals, the same expectations, and it's consistent all the way through middle school, the JV squad, and up to varsity. And when you get that down, again, easier said than done. But you've got talent, you've got athletes, you've got, everyone's basically the same size here. The difference is who has that established football culture. I know Riverton's done a much better job in recent years at that. And you just mentioned Lander has only recently attempted, in the last 5-10 years to become kind of a football town.
Oh, and here we go. We're going to do some kickoff types of drills. Oh, this is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to get to see some leg action and then... oh, man. Some runbacks, hopefully.
We're going to be testing our camera skills here, too, for the first time of the season. So it will be a special teams drill here in our scripted scrimmage. This is, imagine your opening kickoff from the 40-yard line. Lander, the kicking team. Cody Broncs with 2 back deep to receive. And the kick is away. Low line drive kick that bounces at the 5. I think that contacted the Cody Broncs, so they have to play this out of the end zone. 5-yard line, now 10, 15, 20. Watch out. There's a
2 to go.
30, 40 to midfield, and they'll blow the whistle after the 50-yard line. Well, that's what you want in terms of a fortuitous bounce by the Lander Tiger kicking team, and that's about all that went right, as the Cody Broncs were able to take that out of the end zone and right down the far side.
Boy, I'd rather take that in 0 week than on the first play of regular season, huh?
100%. Yeah, that's not the way you want to start your season. So now we're going to see Glenrock kicking to somebody. Not sure if it's going to be Lander or Cody.
No, I don't think Lander nor Cody knows which one it's supposed to be. Everyone's consulting, and it looks like Lander is going to be taking the field at this point.
So the Tigers kick return onto the field for the first time here in 0 week during the scripted scrimmage. Let's see who they send back there. Let's get Finn McFadden. Of course, he would take one back here in 0 week when it didn't count, but was waiting for him to get that long touchdown run all season. That is, I think, Finn back deep to return. He is the only one back deep as Glenrock's kicking team sends it off to the Tigers. From again the 40, this is a shorter pitching wedge of a kick taken by one of the up men deep. I think that's Cody West from the 15 out to the 25 where they blow the whistle.
A little bit more orderly relative to the last one, but it's always hard to gain that inside track right down the middle on those types of kicks.
It's actually Parker Burton that was taking that kick back. Would have been probably a good 6, maybe 10-yard return in live action. And now Lander takes a seat. Cody will kick to Glenrock.
Oh, so getting back to the Pop Warner programs there, Scott, I'll tell you, when I was going through junior high football, it was junior high football back in the mid-'90s, and boy, I'll tell you, you had some great coaches in Tom Massey and Mark Haskins, and you can't say anything. The whole experience was wonderful. The hard part was, as a 7th grader, being able to put everything in perspective, with everything that was going on, was a steep learning curve. And I'll tell you, just having a Pop Warner system where you can get through all of those early jitters and the football culture, oh man, I'll tell you, that probably advanced Lander 10 years on football greatness. We're just entering that chapter.
You have to make it a priority, and Lander's always been a great ski town. It's obviously a dominant swimming town nationally, and always been a fun basketball atmosphere, and football's just not been as much of a priority. I think it's fair to say that. But winning helps that, for one thing. Coach Burton comes in here about 3 years ago. I think this is season number 3 for him. Tries to reestablish something just culture-wise, but also offensive and defensively. That takes a while for the current players that you have to get that new system down. That first year of Coach Burton's was obviously pretty rough, and then last year they come in with about expectation 0, and they're winning games, and then they're winning games against good teams late in the season. Definitely some low points in that season, but it's going in the right direction. It's trending upward.
I would agree. But I would say maybe the other little bit of magic that goes into something like this is having a lot of talent spread out across many key positions. You've got some great work in tight end, wide receiver, and quarterback, and then on the other side of the ball, some great upfront prowess with Romer and Hamilton. So I'll tell you, that's going to be an exciting season.
Yeah, we want to deepen that a little bit. We want more guys to come out for football because all those names that you mentioned, including Hollingshead, Braden Baker, Burton, they all play both ways. They all play offense and defense because they have to, just because they're equally good in a lot of cases, or at least adequate at both sides of the ball, and you just need your best athletes on the field, and that's just not as deep a team. You go up to Star Valley or this Cody team, there are like 75 kids standing in front of us right now, so you're not guaranteed a roster spot, and you can specialize a little bit more. So that also goes down to middle school and the Pop Warner level of, go play football, it's a lot of fun. It teaches you a lot of things I always found about life. There are lessons I believe you learn in football you can't learn in any other particular sport. And just got to get the kids out, and a lot of that has to do with winning because no one wants to play for a team that doesn't win a game. So hopefully last year with a handful of wins and making the playoffs, a step in that direction for the Tigers.
So what are we doing at this point,
Where are
Scott?
we at now? Are we done with special teams?
No, it doesn't look like it. It looks like, I don't know. We're spotting the ball at the 40-yard line, but it's not entirely sure who Lander's defense is going to go up against at this point.
I think it is, well, let's see. If we're done with special teams, we now have a 40-yard drive that is on our agenda.
Oh, boy. All right. So we've been playing most of these starts at the 35-yard line and, kind of half-heartedly, not really too worried about downs and spotting the ball. But I think we're now playing for keeps on a 40-go, huh?
They say this is a real drive, so we're going to have chains on first down. We're going to have the drive ending with a field goal or a point after touchdown. So this, if we're at the right spot on our agenda, is kind of the real thing.
Realer thing.
Realer.
Yeah.
More real. But now I'm confused because on half of the field we have Glenrock and Cody, and Lander is waiting for somebody at the north 40-yard line.
Looks like Cody is trying to mount some sort of posse in the middle of the field to do something, but we're not entirely sure what.
Yeah, what I have on my sheet is Cody's offense against Lander's defense, basically playing for keeps as long as the drive has to go on, or as short as the drive has to go on, hopefully the former for the Tiger defense.
Looks like Cody is getting all of its huddle out of the way now, so taking the equivalent of 3 huddles.
Yeah, for those of you watching on the YouTube stream, just do some timing for us. It's got to be 4 or 6 seconds from the end of a play to the snap of the next play. It's just brutal defensively.
And there they go. 2 left, one right on wide receivers, and then the front line coming out.
So we're going to call this one like it's the real deal. Cody from Lander's 40. Receivers, as Mick said, are sets to the left side. Rest of the Bronx offense breaks the huddle. Quarterback for Cody from the shotgun has a receiver back to his right. He's looking to throw left. Comeback route bounces incomplete on the coverage for the Tigers.
Nice bounce pass to the 32-yard line, just not quite enough. I think if he'd had about 5 more yards of oomph on it, he probably would have had it.
Herford on the coverage for the Tigers. 2nd and 10 for Cody after the incompletion. Same formation for the Bronx from the shotgun. This is a draw play that is read beautifully, but the quarterback pulled it back, kept it up the middle, waited for the last moments on the mesh, and ends up near a first down.
Nachel was right there, but couldn't quite read it. Oh, pardon me, not Nachel. Who the heck is that? Cody West right there, but didn't quite grab it.
3rd and 1 for the Bronx, same formation. Throw screen, wide receiver screen, left side. First down for Cody. Falling ahead to the 22-yard line is the receiver. A couple of Tigers.
Cody West doing a great job behind the line, trying to hurry up the play.
Caleb Andrews involved there as well. So 1st down and 10 from Cody's 23-yard line. Shotgun snap from the same formation. This time a throw to the wide side right. It's going to be good for a completion of about 4 or 5. Well defended there on the far side by the Tigers secondary player. See who that was. Gain of 4, 2nd down.
It might have
6.
been Finn McFadden.
I believe you're right. From the shotgun, quarterback keeps it again, or scrambling off the left side with a couple blockers in front of him. Stiff arms down to the 15 before he is tackled just shy of the first down. Be 3rd and a long one, maybe 2.
There's some great hands with that Cody quarterback in figuring out the read and then which way to go. I'll tell you, that's some real football intelligence.
Should be 3rd down, I believe. Throw to the right side on a timing route is caught inside the 5 in front of the isolated Lander defender. That's good for a first down and goal from, I believe, the 4 for Cody.
I would have it didn't look like it was a completion, but we'll go with it.
This time a tight formation for the Bronx, again from the shotgun. This is a give to the back from left to right. Off right tackle, trying to sweep into the end zone, and that is marked down inside the 1.
Great work on behalf of the Tiger defense in sweeping him out of bounds before he could even cross the threshold.
2nd and goal for the Bronx inside the 1 from the shotgun. This will be a handoff right up the gut that is met nicely by the Tigers' interior defensive line. No gain, did not get in there.
Great spatial awareness on behalf of the Tiger defense to know where that line of scrimmage was and to keep that runner off.
Cody has to try again. In fact, he lost a half yard back to the 1. 3rd down and goal for Cody from the shotgun. This again is a give up the middle, and this time Cody is into the end zone for a Bronx touchdown.
That was some overwhelming offensive line work that just pushed Lander back about a half a step and then a full step as the running back crossed over the end zone line.
Great stop on 2nd down there, though.
Oh, I tell you, yeah.
Forcing Cody's line back, even lost a half yard on the play.
I'll tell you, as you get closer, that margin of error just makes it really, really difficult to execute strong plays.
even a pretty good job on that touchdown run, just as you say, Mick. Once you're at the 1, it's asking a lot of a defensive line. So we're going to restart from the 40. Still some time for Cody to try this again. First down and 10 from Landers' 40-yard line. Cody again from the shotgun. This will be a throw to the wide side man on the left side. Makes the Tiger miss. And is finally brought down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Cole Espinoza on the hurry up. Forced that quarterback to release it a little bit earlier than he probably wanted to.
Fresh set for Cody from the 29. Shotgun, looking end zone and throwing over the middle on the left side. That ball nearly intercepted by the Tigers. There is a flag on the field. Triple coverage. It was Barrett Moffitt who almost came down with the interception, but we'll check the flag. How about that? We got a penalty here.
Great read by the Tigers, getting 3 guys onto that one Cody runner.
Was not a bad throw either, so that was good coverage. We'll see what the penalty was. Assume that would be against the Tigers in the secondary.
I don't know if we're going to get a report on what infraction and who.
I was just going to say do it again. So from, again, the 39, this time a draw play to the 20. Second level of the Tiger defense. Falling forward is the tailback to the 15 for Cody for 1st and 10.
Lander a little bit slow off of that. I think trying to, still reeling from that almost end zone pick.
You see the Tigers trying to sub against this hurry up. It makes it even tougher from the sideline. 1st down and 10 for the Bronx from the 16. Play action, quarterback rolling to his right now. Looking for somebody out there on the right side. Eventually tucks it, very well defended by the Tigers. Forced out of bounds after maybe a gain of a half yard by the quarterback on the scramble.
It's like Braden Baker on the tackle, forcing the out of bounds.
That was a coverage play right there, it looked like. Nothing downfield for the Cody quarterback to go to. So that will bring up a 2nd down and 10 after no gain on that play. And the teams are going to call it right there here in our scripted scrimmage. So a drive and a half for Cody results in a 1-yard touchdown run. And coming up next, I believe we have a little bit of a break for us. You're going to see Glenrock and Cody varsity, so we might be able to refocus our camera on the Lander JV if they take the field. Right now, we'll take a break. Come back with a 0-week scrimmage from Cody, Lander Valley Tigers football, on 1330 KOVE and County10.com.
Welcome to Bailey Tire Pros, your local tire and auto repair specialists in Riverton and Lander. Say no to endless online tire listings and experience the convenience of local service. With unbeatable prices and top quality tires, we're here to change the game. Quality service and expert staff ensure you always get the right fit for your car. Choose local. Choose Bailey Tire Pros, where your satisfaction hits the road.
Welcome to Haskell Furniture and Flooring in Riverton. Discover a huge variety of top brands like Ashley, Tempur-Pedic, Serta, Lazy Boy, and more. Our showroom is filled with stylish and comfortable furniture for every room. Come visit us at 2210 North Federal and transform your home today. Explore the exceptional quality and unbeatable prices we offer. Visit HaskellFurnitureandFlooring.com to learn more. Haskell Furniture and Flooring. Best prices, better service.
Back here in Cody on a Friday evening, Scott Fuller and Mick Pryor with Lander Valley Tigers football on your radio and streaming at County10.com. Well, it's football, but it's not a real game here in 0 week. We have a 0-week scrimmage, jamboree they call it, between Lander, Glenrock, and Cody. Lander's varsity on the sideline right now after playing defense against Cody, and you're watching Lander's defensive JV team on the screen at County10.com.
Just a light breeze here in Cody, but I will tell you, Scott, this is probably the nicest I've seen it for football weather in Cody.
Great.
And like most of the time, it is cold, it is windy, and usually a lot more overcast. We've maybe got, I don't know, we call this mostly sunny, right?
Mostly sunny. That's my standard approach to life anyway, Mick. But I was thinking about that driving up. This game last year in Lander, this scrimmage, was brutally hot, actually. It was a very hot day. I do remember that up in the Lander press box. Lander's JV defensive team getting some work. So as we continue here, we're going to end up with Lander's going to have their own for real 40-yard drive. They're going to be doing that against Glenrock's defense. I think, according to my sheet, Cody will... We're going to have to put up with that hurry up again, Mick. Cody will
oh, my word. Here
take
we go
the field again.
I'll tell you, that is a secret sauce that only well-polished machines can put together. And, like, maybe we need to kind of nudge the Lander coaching staff for that for next year. I don't even know how you start to practice that, to be perfectly honest.
They've been doing it for years.
Exactly.
It's funny you say that, though, is you see an interception there from a Lander defensive back. Lander's the opposite team. They're the entire opposite team. They're going to huddle up in a hurry-up situation. They're going to take their time getting to the line. They want to make sure that what they're doing is correct and methodical and not hurrying up. There were a couple of situations where they could have worked on that last year, and just it wasn't in their golf bag, so to speak. But
boy, I'll tell you, that's kryptonite for a defense.
It's brutal. I mean, that's one of the reasons, not even the only reason, that Cody is near the top of 3A every single year. And the only team I've seen that really manages it super well is Star Valley, who has their own hurry-up scheme when they need it to. But I've seen teams stop them on a drive. I've seen Riverton play Cody pretty well that way. But you have to do it the whole game. And inevitably, you're going to make a mistake. And that's how they get you.
Yeah, if you're not locked in right from that first kickoff for something like that, it is hard to get back on track from a momentum standpoint. Isn't it incredible how much momentum can carry from the very first couple of plays well into the third and fourth quarter?
Well, by Wednesday of any week, you want some members of your team to simulate the offense that your defense is going to be playing. How do you even do that in practice? How do you even simulate what you're going to face if you're not a team that does it yourself?
Now, I'll tell you, though, and that's probably notes for Lander, is just from a defensive standpoint, the ability to adjust quick is probably going to be that one short pole in the tent for getting things going, or at least preventing the other teams from really capitalizing.
Yeah, I think for Lander last year, their front three was so good against the run, which is tough to do with a three-man front, that it forced teams to throw, and that's when Lander's secondary was able to force them to make mistakes throwing the ball. So that's where their game-changing turnovers would come in, but it all started for the Tigers up front, because if a team can run against you, that's all they're going to do all game.
And then at that point, it gets pretty darn boring, play calling. Just to be honest, I mean, like,
it's not boring when you're winning. I can tell you that as a former play caller in a previous life. I'll run all day if I'm up by 30 points on the scoreboard. But it definitely gets monotonous, and you want to call those fancy plays that you've drawn up, that you've been in the back of your mind all week. But if something's working, you stick with it.
Boy, I'll tell you, though, you got to be really careful, because that just puts the same guy in the hurt locker every darn time for injury and risk injury.
Yeah.
And so as a coach, boy, you really have to balance a lot of things with respect to the strengths and weaknesses of your players. But starting to really rely on those strengths, you can. Those strengths can turn into gaping holes if you just rely on them a little too long.
I'm glad you brought that up, because Lander was blessed last year in the injury department. They stayed healthy, just about everybody, for the entire season, which is unheard of with a football program, and they need it. They're not deep enough where they have someone that can step in and play Finn McFadden's spot to his level, or Gavin Romer, or Braden Baker, any of the other bigger names on Lander's roster this year. They have to have those guys in there.
Looks like we're going to see some Lander varsity offense now from the 40-yard line.
And it looks like they're going up against Cody, so not sure if my agenda is misprinted. Seems like they would not do the same thing twice.
Are we at the very end of the?
We're still up here.
Okay.
We're still with our realistic 40-yard drive. So we'll have chains. We'll have 4 downs. We'll have the drive ending with a field goal or a touchdown.
One little nuance that we failed to mention throughout this game, but Lander walking around with those trainer helmets on top of their normal helmets, so just a little extra weight relative to Cody and Glenrock, and it looks like we're actually going to be facing up against Glenrock defense.
So let's see what Lander's offense has in store here against an unfamiliar defensive opponent here in the 0-week scrimmage. It's Lander from the Glenrock 40 from the shotgun. is Lander's quarterback, Paxton Hollingshead. Motion from left to right in front of him. Single back to his left, and now 3 receivers to the right side. Pax from the shotgun steps up, throws over the middle as a wide-open receiver. That is Finn McFadden, I believe, for a touchdown.
Not much in the way of coverage. Finn got out in front of him pretty darn quick and stayed there. And all Paxton really needed to do was just get it into the zip code, and it was all over.
I think Finn was a little bit surprised he was that open when he got to the second level.
I think Glenrock was a little surprised too.
Yeah, Finn McFadden will break his secondary if you let him. Great job by the offensive line there for Lander too. I like seeing Pax step up just a little bit in the pocket as he delivered that ball. Put that one in the good pile for film study.
This looks like a slightly different Glenrock defense than we've seen in previous iterations. It looks like they're testing out some of their second string guys.
Could be still some size, though.
Oh, man. Isn't that the truth?
So back to the 40 for another 1st and 10 following a Lander touchdown. It's the same formation with 3 receivers off to the right, 1 to the left. A little confusion in the backfield with a new quarterback. That is, not sure who is at quarterback. Is it Garrett Romer? Must be Gavin's younger brother, a sophomore, taking backup quarterback reps, but some miscommunication in the backfield. Romer finds his way ahead to the 24-yard line for a 1st down.
That was a great run by Romer, just taking advantage of just a little bit of a pause from Glenrock in adjusting to that change. I think Glenrock was basically stacking up for a pass play there.
So it is the sophomore at quarterback. To his right, I think, is Cody West, who would also be 2nd string. 2 receivers wide side, way out to the right. Romer gives to West. West with a big hole up the middle. Puts his shoulder pads in at the 15 and falls forward for what should be good enough for another 1st down for the Tigers.
And that was not a wrap-up in the tackle. That was basically a bounce off and just hit the ground before he hit his next step.
Cody West might represent the deepest position for the Tigers there at tailback and also at linebacker, replacing Braden Baker. I wouldn't want to tackle either of those 2 young men myself. I'll have a change at running back once again. Is that Cole Espinoza into the game with Romer, the sophomore quarterback. Give to Espinoza. Gets a good jump on the line of scrimmage, but quickly wrapped up after a gain of 2.
Had some good forward momentum there, but pushed back, and it looks like they'll spot him where he's down as opposed to a little bit ahead of there.
Maybe 3, more like, long 2 on the carry.
2nd and 7 now as far as the notional.
Garrett Romer, sophomore quarterback again with Cole Espinoza to his left, 2 receivers wide side right, 1 to the left. Romer, shotgun snap, throws over the middle. Good throw in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Dropped by, was that Parker Burton?
It was. Boy, Parker had it wide open on that cross.
Did a double take there because I don't usually see that from Parker, getting the alligator arms a little bit.
I get the feeling that Glenrock is going to take that to heart and not let that happen again. Boy, there was very loose coverage, and Lander did take advantage, but just not quite enough.
Secondary was wide open, so the first team scoring on 1 play for the Tigers against Glenrock's defense, and then you bring in 2nd and even 3rd string guys, sophomores and juniors, and what should have been a Tiger touchdown, so a positive place to end at least the long field portion of this scrimmage. I think we may be getting some red zone work in before we're done here.
So notes from that one, as I see it, quite frankly, right now Lander looks like they'd stack up quite well to a little, call it relative to Cody, relative to Glenrock. Lander is kind of in that Goldilocks spot of just in the middle. Can probably dominate a team just a little bit lower caliber than Cody, and obviously a higher caliber than Glenrock.
Yeah, so in 3A last year, that was Rollins has been in a real tough spot. Lander took care of them pretty well. As a matter of fact, unfortunate circumstance, but after Lander defeated Rollins last year, their football program almost disbanded in the last week of the year, but Lander took care of that team. So they're going to take care of your Rollins, if things play out the way we think. Where they are is kind of that Buffalo, can you compete against Riverton? That's going to be a tough matchup. Maybe an Evanston game could be close. So That's kind of, as you say, Goldilocks zone, middle of the road there for the Tigers, but that's better than where they were the year before.
Oh, totally agreed. And we're starting there. We finished at that point last year, so if we can just keep a little bit of momentum across years and seasons, boy, we might really have something at the end of this season.
It was a fun team to watch last year, that's for certain. Love covering football anyway, but when your team, especially when they exceed everyone's expectations and do well, it's a lot of fun to be a part of, a small part of, up here in the broadcast booth.
Not entirely sure what's going on down there in the field. We've got a little bit of, I don't know, what are we just is some juice box action? Is that what we're doing with the teams? Because I can't quite see any type of organization.
Passing out orange slices, maybe?
I don't know.
So on my agenda is more special teams followed by red zone, and then that's going to do it. But right now, Cody's coaches, their head football coaches, also their athletic director, great job hosting us as we come up here a couple of times a year for various things with County 10. Is talking to the official on the field, who's probably a bus driver. Who they probably brought in to wear the stripes for our scrimmage.
No word if he's a Lander or a Glenrock bus driver at this point, but hey, he's doing a great job, and not afraid to throw a flag.
One of the, as we go throughout the season, Mick, you'll find one of my passions is officiating throughout the state. We don't have enough of them, and we appreciate them, and they take a lot of grief and a lot of guff, and they're trying to do their best, and we just need more of them, so we appreciate it.
And not just in football.
Yeah.
Basketball, volleyball, all soccer. So if you're interested in something like that as a public service, check out the Wyoming High School Activities Association webpage for a training near you. It doesn't take as much as you think to get onto the field as a zebra.
That's right, and it's the only way the kids are able to play the games. Understand it's a real tough job, especially in certain sports, but as you go, I've talked to great officials here in Wyoming, and you say, yeah, at first it kind of bugs you, but then you get used to it, and it's just fun to be out there making the things possible for the kids. So what do we have here?
Looks like a special team setup.
This is going to be Cody's punt unit against Lander's punt return.
Who do we have in the backfield there, Scott?
Parker Burton is back deep, I believe, and you should see Finn McFadden back there as well.
Taking kind of a hash mark approach to it as far as their spread. Yeah, I think that is Finn.
So Cody punting. Punter standing at his own 15-yard line. Clean snap. Kick is away.
Nice kick.
Hangs for Finn. Finn thought about going after it, lets it go, and it's eventually down by Cody at the 36-yard line. That's what you're looking for the Bronx.
Not bad. Landed on the 39, meandered over to the 36.
Most importantly, keep it out of Finn McFadden's hands. He is a dynamic playmaker with any space at all in the open field. So now I think we'll see Lander punting to Glenrock. Important part, overlooked part of football at any level is your kicker and your punter.
I will tell you, that's probably one of the only things that I haven't seen is a Doug Flutie-style drop kick into the end, into the uprights, here in high school football.
It is.
You never know. And I feel like we probably need to get through the no-huddle offense idea first, but that might be something we may want to just kind of plant the seed on.
It would be a change of pace. It would be surprising. Who's punting back there for the Tigers?
Oh, let's see. That's number 34.
So that's Braden Baker, which would be surprising. I'm not sure I remember that from last year. Maybe I do.
Glenrock with only one punt returner, posting up at about the 40-yard line.
Interesting to have Braden back there because if nothing else, you have a playmaker. Not sure how well Braden throws, but have to respect a fake. They won't do that here in a scrimmage. A little bit of a high snap, corralled by Baker. This is a beautiful end-over-end kick. Fair catch called for at the 39. Even better punt from Braden Baker for the Lander Tigers.
Great speed on Lander's behalf on getting enough players down there that the guy didn't even want to make a shot at it.
That was a pretty kick.
Did he even? I apologize, Scott. I didn't catch. Did he do a fair catch?
It was a fair catch, yep.
Okay. Yeah, smart move on his part.
I think he decided when he saw that ball leave Baker's foot, said, I'm not going to be able to touch that.
Nobody likes a pancake this late in the day. And
now Glenrock kicking to Cody. Would like to see a return here. Get some action on the special teams field.
This is where you can make a lot of hay in high school football, is this opportunity to get optimal field position and maybe even a couple of yards beyond that. Kind of test run a couple of running backs if you're up for it.
Absolutely. I mean, especially in high school, difference between a 25 and a 50-yard punt is massive.
Oh, fully agree. And the ability to see downfield and not have to, contend with an offensive line and a defensive line clashing about a half a face mask in front of you.
Glenrock punter initiating a fair catch from Cody.
Where'd that one land, Scott? Was that at about the 47? A little shorter.
Yeah, it was the 42, so 3 yards shorter than the previous 2 punts. Still not a bad kick.
So Lander and Cody about equal if we're going on a 1-for-1 on punt distance.
On special teams, yep.
But yeah, not a whole lot of speed on those balls either. Plenty of time for those those special teams to get under it and probably force that fair catch.
Yeah, I think if you could take that one punt from Braden Baker for Lander and tell Coach Burton, I'll give you that kick every single time, no better, no worse, I think he would take that for the rest of the season. That was a nice high kick, forced a fair catch, probably a good, how far was it? That was a 32-yard kick.
And I'll tell you, just right as far in that Goldilocks zone, just between the almost. What do you think? Maybe about 3 or 4 yards below the hash mark. So your runner doesn't have a huge amount of options with respect to running the ball. That's the hardest part on those types of punts. Is kick placement after once you get it into the air.
Yeah, and getting your guys, as you said, Mick, getting your kick cover downfield and forcing the fair catch, field position-wise, but also in high school, you want to force that returner to catch the ball cleanly after the fair catch. Never know what might happen.
All right, it looks like we're definitely going to now transition into some red zone work. So spotting the ball at the 20-yard line on a 1st and 10 down. Looks like Lander will start with defense. I would assume, just based on the circling of wagons by Cody. Oh, and there they go, sending a couple of wide receivers, and then finally their offensive line. Here we go, Scott.
Yep, the quickest no huddle you've seen from Cody again, this time inside the red zone, or at the 20-yard line anyway. Cody Bronx, 1st and 10 from there. Quarterback's in the shotgun. Get one more substitution with an offensive lineman into the game. If not this play, the next play. But the quarterback's looking over at the coach, asking for one more part of the play. He'll send 63 in.
This is a new quarterback for Cody.
So shotgun for the Bronx. This is a design quarterback draw on the right side of the line. Good hold down to the 10. Inside the 10 for a 1st down. Down to about the 9-yard line at the end of the run from Cody's quarterback.
A nice little shimmy and shake through the thicket of defensive tackles missed.
Bronx are ready from the shotgun. 1st and goal from the 9. This will be a draw up the middle and swarmed under by several Lander Tigers. Ball pops free after the whistle.
It looked to me like Romer might have had that ball and then had it, stripped it and then got it stripped from him.
That could have been. He could have taken the ball away from the running back because the back seemed to stop and he was still upright, which usually only happens when the back realizes he's forgotten the football. And, I think Romer may have come away with that and then fumbled it himself. So Gavin Romer, great individual play.
Caught the car but didn't know what to do afterwards.
So back to the 20 for the Cody Bronx from the shotgun. Throw to the left side. Nice 11-yard slant to the receiver. Should be good enough for a 1st down. 1st and goal from the 9. And here comes Cody with a hurry-up. Bronx quarterback from the shotgun. Single back to his right. It is a give to the lone back. Sweep on the left side. And he'll dive out of bounds inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal if we're keeping track from, see where they spot that, about the 3. Cody is on the ball before Lander's defense is set once again. That's why they do this hurry up. And a dive. The quarterback kept that and then dove into the end zone for a Cody touchdown. Fooled me on the keep there.
Oh, I would agree. and to a degree, Lander couldn't quite get their defense adjusted fast enough. I'll tell you, boy, that's probably going to be the matchup in 3A West football, is Cody and Star Valley in the regular season.
Yeah, they always play once, and then they will typically always play again in the playoffs, and that's usually in the state championship game. Cody Star Valley is what the whole state has circled, and I'd like to say it were different this year, but every indication is that's probably your 1 and 2 again in 2025. Cody from the shotgun, ball's back to the 20-yard line after the Cody touchdown. Here in our scripted scrimmage, quarterback draw up the middle after the play action. Dives down to about the 12-yard line. I'll say 14 for a gain of 6.
Boy, that option almost looked like it would have been a flea flicker to the we had a wide receiver come all the way across and cut just behind the quarterback on that play.
2nd down and 4, maybe along 3 from the shotgun. The quarterback is eaten up. That would have been a big sack in on the play.
That was Romer.
Was, of course, Gavin Romer coming in from the right side.
Kind of a mercy whistle there on behalf of the ref, because that would have been a nice pancake from Romer.
Yeah, you got to account for Romer on that offensive line. He is coming. 3rd down after the loss of at least 2. Throw from the shotgun to the right side is behind the intended receiver. So this is a nice defensive stand by the Tigers. We're going to have 4th down and about 5.
Spotting the ball on the 15. So a little bit more if you want to get into that end zone. And it looks like Cody's going to talk about it, which is kind of interesting.
Either talk about it or switch up. Not sure if the horn went or not.
Ooh, are we changing balls? Nope. Looks like we're going to call it and switch sides here.
So let's see the Lander offense in their red zone attack. Lander making their way onto the field. Let's step aside for a quick timeout. Think we have time. Back after this here on 1330 KOVE and County10.com.
Baldwin Creek Rental Service in Lander is a proud supporter of sports and athletics here in Fremont County. Baldwin Creek Rental Center understands how expensive specific equipment can be, especially if it's for a one-time use or event. That's why they offer tools and equipment rentals. For many years, Baldwin Creek has provided services to clients in Lander and the surrounding areas. From lawn and garden projects to graduation parties, they have the right equipment for you. Baldwin Creek Rental Center, located at 675 Baldwin Creek Road in Lander.
Hey, Fremont County, listen up! This is your game changer, Health Source of Riverton with Dr. Jonathan Fabian, the only certified chiropractic sports physician in the area. For a limited time, student athletes get a $10 new patient special. That includes a full initial evaluation, needed x-rays, and a doctor-prescribed pain relief session. Just mention this ad when you call. Stay in the game with expert care from Health Source of Riverton. Call 463-2770 and tell them you heard about the $10 student athlete special.
Back here in Cody, Lander Tiger offense on the field against Cody's defense here in the scripted scrimmage. Red zone time here on our scrimmage agenda. So 1st and 10 for the Lander Tigers from the 20-yard line of Cody. Hollingshead in the shotgun. He rolls out, designed roll out to his right. Looking downfield, now takes it himself. Puts his shoulder pad into a Cody defender for a gain of about 5. Actually 6.
Yeah, not bad, Hollingsworth. Hollings back.
They actually moved it back, so 2nd and 5. It didn't give him the extra yard.
They're going to be sporting about it, I guess.
So 2nd and 5, nice 5-yard run. Quarterback Hollingshead's in the shotgun, has 2 receivers wide side left. Instead, a give to Cody West right up the middle. Contacted immediately, but keeps those feet churning for a nice gain of about 2 or 3 after that. 3rd down coming up.
A little bit of a wild snap there. It took a quarterback by surprise, and I think that might have slowed down the play just enough to get Cody defensive players around that ball.
Yeah, that's the thing about the shotgun, especially in like an RPO style, is if you do, it's all timing. So if your snap's a little bit off, can throw the whole play off. Nice job saving it there, though, for a gain of a couple. Here's a flip inside on a diving, I'm not sure if it was a tight end who got the little quick pitch inside, but it's good for about 5 yards.
And we'll mark it 1st and goal there at the 6-yard line.
I like that play. I'm not sure who the tight end was. I think it was the left tight end who came in. I'm not sure if you want to put that on film just yet in 0 week. That's a sneaky, tricky, quick play. And it worked against Cody's defense for a 1st down. So 1st and goal from the 5. Lander coming out with a very tight formation this time. Everybody is attached with 3 running backs in kind of a diamond behind Hollingshead, who is under center. Pax turns, pitch left side.
Deep
That's
back.
Baker. Braden Baker fighting a couple of defenders. Well pursued by Cody. It's going to be a loss of about
5.
Maybe back to the line with forward progress. It didn't look good, though, Mick. You're right.
Oh, you're right, though. They give it to him. He loses about a yard on it. So we're spotting it at the 6, second down, 2nd and goal. But, boy, looked really good on the flick.
Good pursuit by Cody's D on that play. So from the left hash on 2nd down. Hollingshead's under center with the same formation behind him. Same play, actually. They'll give it to Baker along the left tackle. Baker swarmed under. Same result. May have gotten back to the line.
Boy, it turns into a rugby scrum pretty darn quick in those types of situations, and that's what happened here.
Got to win that battle on the offensive line front there. Everybody knows you're probably going to be running it to one of those 3 backs.
3rd and 3rd and goal on the 6-yard line.
Same formation for the Tigers. Triangle, diamond, if you will, behind Hollingshead, who is under center from the left hash mark. We'll see what Pax does under center this time. This time it's a hand up to one of the up men. And along that left side, nothing doing. 4th down and goal from the 5 coming up.
I'll tell you, some interesting work there on the offensive line. Your guards and tackles are kind of interlocked at that point, doing a great job of pinpointing some of those spotters that are trying to get in and really wreck that play.
So, were this a real game, this would be a big one. At Cody's 5-yard line, 4th down and 5, and instead we're going to get a field goal attempt. Get some practice on this. This will be a 22-yard kick, which is up and missed the left, I believe. No officials back there to tell us whether it was good or not.
Looked great to me.
It may have snuck in the left upright there. By the way, I want to mention the kicker this year. Looks like will be Caleb Andrews. Caleb, a junior. Oh, you got a field goal attempt in the scrimmage as well. So we've done just about everything.
Everything but safeties, I guess.
Everything but safeties. Haven't worked on that onside kick yet. Hopefully it's not needed in the regular season.
I don't know. Can you go 0-week overtime at this point, or is that not a thing?
Lander still with some time in their red zone, so we'll back it up to the 20-yard line with Finn McFadden from the shotgun. Ball dead center of the field. Give to Cody West, diving along right guard. Nice extra couple of moves, leaning forward for a gain of 5 is West to the 15.
So they'll spot it at the 15-yard line, 2nd down now.
Lander back in the huddle again.
I'll tell you, just notes, Hollingsbeck needs to really sell that fake throw. He's going through the motion, but I don't know. And I've seen better, better drama on.
That's all. Yeah, that's all work. It's all reps. It's all you got to get on the same page with your receivers and your backs. Hollingshead this time is in the shotgun. From the 15, 2nd down and 5 for the Tigers. Single back to his right, 2 receivers to the right side. Fade to the far side. Receiver is up in the air and out of the side of the end zone. Incomplete. Not a bad throw there, but good coverage.
Even if that receiver had been under it, he would have been about 3 yards out of bounds. So a little bit too high there.
Yeah, that's where you throw that ball, though, as a quarterback coach. If you see coverage that tight, throw it up there. If your guy wants to make a miracle play, great. But if not, worst thing that happens is it's 3rd and 5. Like to see this, though, especially later in this scrimmage and later in the season last year. Lander started to open up their offense with that passing game a lot more with the emergence of Finn McFadden as a scoring threat down the field. 3rd and 5 after the incompletion. Hollingshead is in the shotgun with a single back to his left. Receivers 1 to the right, 2 to the left. As a give to Cody West up the middle. Cody hits the hole hard. Diving forward for a gain of, I want to say he got about 3.
That'll put us at 4th down, but not quite enough, I don't think, for the 1st down.
I think he got to about the 11, which would be 4th and 1.
So what do you do here in 0 weeks, Scott? Are we going to go for another kick?
Flicker. Yeah, I don't mind that idea, Mick. Actually, if get a little bit longer field goal attempts, I think you've worked your offense. They've gotten plenty of reps. I'm not sure we're going to do anything, though, as the teams are leaving the field. So on our agenda, that is it. We have run through varsity and backups. JV got a lot of work simultaneously. We did some special teams. And we'll just hang out here a second to make sure that we're not doing anything bonus.
What'd you see that you like, Scott?
That's a great question. I think, honestly, it's a very similar team to last year. I think they're a little bit rusty. I saw a little rust in the front three. Granted, you're playing Cody. Cody's a whole other animal.
Now, would you call it rust, or would you call it just a little bit of fatigue?
I think it's probably rust when it comes to what you pointed out, the mesh in the backfield, the RPO stuff with the quarterback and the running back and the receivers being on the same page, because I saw them progress with that throughout the season last year. They got that pretty dialed in by the Buffalo game, and it was better than this. So I think and they're the same guys, same players out there. So I think that part's a little bit rust. You're going to have fatigue next week. You're going to have mental errors next week. You're going to have twice as many penalties next week just because it's early season stuff. But I think I like that we returned so many guys. I like some of the defensive plays that we saw in the secondary especially. And I think they're just about where they ended up last year. Maybe, yeah, just a little bit more practice time. We got to remember these guys had camp and everything, but school started, a week and a half ago. So just got to work together, I think, in this big week of practice before the season opener next Friday.
I think probably the wild card for next week is going to be what we see in the secondary with those wide receivers. We're seeing a lot of interesting plays as far as flats, flags, and button hooks. I think it's going to be really up to that quarterback to find the right guy at the right time. But I'm impressed with the amount of spread that they're putting on these defenses.
Yep.
So we'll see. I think we've got it's stacking up to be a great year of Lander Tiger football.
It's very much the same team as last year. We're still not as deep as a lot of teams that we're going to play, but
older and wiser.
Older and wiser. You're returning all the big names from last year, not just the specialty guys, Pax at quarterback and. Your receivers and the two backs, they all come back this year, but their defensive contributions, and as is any football game, after today, I want to see both lines. I want to see how offensive and defensive lines come out and play and set the tone next week. But I love that they do this. I love that you play a team of the caliber of Cody in this scrimmage format. Because once you've seen this team as the first kind of competitive action of the season, everybody else is going to seem super slow compared to
fully
Cody
agree.
and getting the play in and just the athletes that this team has. So, yeah, it's ready or not, here we come a week from tonight back in Lander.
So that's Green River.
Mm-hmm.
Now remind me, Scott, do you remember much about what Green River's we played them once last year, I think, in Green River, correct?
Yep, that was the first game last year as well. Players coming back on the field?
Looks like we're going to try it again.
All right. Well,
are we doing
Cody's offense?
80 and out? Is that what we're doing?
Doing some more red zone, it looks like. So Cody looks like they're going to run from the 20. But, yeah, Green River is a competitive game. It was last year. Should be again this year. I think in terms of who they return, Lander has a little bit of an upper hand in that game. Lander lost just a handful of seniors who obviously contributed majorly, but they've got some of their big names back. So having that game at home, I like to get off to a good start to the season. Cody Bronx from the Lander 20.
Lander front four.
This is a dive up the middle from the shotgun. Running back for Cody. Falls forward for a gain of about 4, it looked like there. Down to maybe the 16. Second and a long 6, maybe 7 it will be. Here's Cody back on the ball right away from the shotgun. Here's another give. Same play, same formation. Just about the same result for another 4+ yards. That'll
Great work. Great teamwork on behalf of Lander to stop and then frisk as far as just one guy holds, 2 guys tackle.
3rd and 2 after another gain of about 4. Cody from the shotgun, 2 receivers very far to the sideline on the wide side to the right. Single back shifts to the quarterback's left. Might have been some miscommunication there, so the quarterback takes it himself. swarmed under after no gain, maybe a loss.
And I'll tell you, that Lander Tiger defense, saved by the whistle, couldn't quite make a wrap-up in the tackles. I mean, had him twice and couldn't quite finish the deal.
Forward progress for a 3rd and about 2 feet. Slant route over the middle is completed for a Cody touchdown.
That looked to me like a defense that's a little bit gassed from the no-huddle offense that Cody has been running for the last several plays, and really this entire jamboree.
Single coverage in the slot there. That's tough for anybody, especially when you've been going at it this entire evening. Especially when the throw is right on the money, too. 1st and goal from the 20 for as long as we're going to keep playing here. It looks like the JV side of the field is wrapping up. They are shaking hands down there. This might be the last play for Cody then from the shotgun. This is a dive that's beautifully read by a couple of Tigers. Loss of 2 in the backfield. Cody West involved in that play for a loss. At least one other green jersey.
Number 52.
Cody, after the loss of 3, will have 2nd and long. Shotgun snap. Lander brings the blitz. It gets home. Quarterback escapes. Scrambling to the right.
Cody West staying with him the entire way, and then finally gets some sort of, almost a horseshoe tackle on the poor guy.
Great weak side blitz dialed up there from Lander, and it worked, but the quarterback able to escape and actually gains about 6 back to 3rd and 7 for the Bronx. Far side of the field from the right hash. From the shotgun, Cody's quarterback designed, it might have been roll out to the left, flips it into the left flat, where he is brought down inside the 10 for a 1st down.
Good job on the Lander secondary's part in readjusting to that rollout, but not quite enough. Probably needed a little bit more coverage. And it looks like we've got a player who's down on the play. Just let's see what happens here. Calling it dead.
Oh, I see him. Yeah, I didn't see him in the corner. That's a Tiger who is on his back. Try to get a jersey number for you. We don't like to speculate about injuries, but want to let you know who that is as we're able to find it. You hope in this situation early in the season, still in August, you hope that's a cramp or something like that.
I don't know. That player was wrapped up in a little bit of footwork that with another Cody player who was blocking for that downfield pass.
Going to get that player back up on his feet with his helmet off. Do have a number that's Parker Burton, the senior.
Looks like no leg injuries. Hopefully it was just his pride.
Looks like he is all right. Helmet off, walking off the field. Might be a good place to call it quits. See what Cody wants to do here.
Looks like Lander's changing it up just a little bit, maybe bringing in a couple more players. Just see how, from an optionality standpoint, what defense works and meshes well.
Burton, by the way, jogging for a moment to the sideline. Good sign. Shotgun for Cody will be 1st and goal from the 9. This is a sweep on the right side. Well pursued by the Tigers defense and a beautiful open field tackle for no gain. See if I can spot who that was. Might have been Finn, but can't see from here.
I would have said that was Barrett Moffitt, but I
could have been. Can't see. The black on green isn't good for my old broadcaster eyes. Sharp-looking jerseys.
Well, shoot, Scott, you need to use these Maven B12s that we got here in the booth.
Next time I'm going to bring them. There was a swing out into the flat and a touchdown for Cody. I've never forgotten my binoculars until today for you. Yeah, that makes a difference. Yeah, I'll be bringing those for the next game there, Mick. Thank you.
All right.
Let's see if that wraps up with another Cody touchdown. But overall, I thought pretty strong showing against a very good team, always is. And the whole point is to tune you up, get ready for the regular season. Lander Tigers walking back toward either the locker room or their bus for the ride back to Fremont County. I want to thank Cody and their activities director and his staff, as well as the football team, for hosting us. And we hope that you watching and listening back at home got a little itch, got a little excitement going for Fremont County football, which kicks off at home against Green River on Friday night.
Yeah, but thanks for listening here on KOVE 1330. We do appreciate you guys. Ultimately, it was a long drive up here with a little bit of less than entertaining traffic.
We did run into some construction.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
we did. I wasn't expecting that or ready for that, but we did. But looking forward to a brand new season of Lander Tiger football. What in the world? All right, never mind.
I think, quite frankly, we must be so we're going to try it one more time. We're going to get a little bit more Lander offense out of this whole thing before we wrap it up. Most of the team is actually on their way back to the locker room, but looks like we'll have a little bit more, a couple more reps for this varsity squad.
The starters, yep, I think it is the starters who remain. It's Paxton Hollingshead in the shotgun. Braden Baker is to his left, and
a whistle dead.
A whistle. Braden Baker was leaning there. In a real game, they may have called that a false start. And I think that's what they got him for, actually.
Effectively a balk, as it were.
Yeah. Yep. Leaning a little bit early. So we'll try it again. 1st and 10 from the Cody 20. Hollingshead with a shotgun snap. Top of the drop. Throw over the middle is a little bit short and ill-advised as there's good coverage down the field. Also a Cody defender underneath looking to pick that one off. But it fell to the turf.
So a couple more adjustments. The Lander coaching squad is giving their quarterback a little bit more insight. That's a little bit, based on the conversation, looks like more than just a couple of plays.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the Cody 20 after the incompletion. Receiver sent out to the left side and one out to the right side. One receiver also attached right. Here's Hollingshead with Baker to his right from the shotgun. Design quarterback rollout for Hollingshead to the right side. Throws into the end zone. That ball is caught for a Lander Tiger touchdown. I think that was Finn McFadden.
Yeah. Boy, and I'll tell you, Finn turned around and that football was 3/4 of the way there. I wouldn't say caught him by surprise, but
it's exactly right. That's exactly what you want to do. It's a timing route, and receivers got to know.
It definitely caught Cody by surprise.
Yeah, and that's the idea. If this play is going right, then that ball's going to be in the air before you're out of your break, and that's, again, just practicing and reps, and it worked perfectly for the Tigers on that play. Love to see that. Probably my favorite play of the scrimmage so far. Nice throw on the run from Pax. Do it again at least one more time. Back it up to the 20. 1st down and 10 from the Cody 20. Hollingshead this time sends motion in front of him from the shotgun, so one receiver to either side with Baker to Pax's right. Flip underneath, coming across the formation is Cody West. There's that tricky little shovel pass. Cody falls forward for a solid gain of about 5.
It took 3 players to wrap up Cody West, and they'll spot that ball at about the 16-yard line on a 2nd down.
So a gain of 4.
They're going to spot it very close to that left hash mark. So not a whole lot of operating room on the left side.
I like that. I almost call it a counter. It's Cody West coming over from the attached right position on the right side and just getting a quick pitch. And if the timing on that works like it did there, that could be a big play for the Tigers. 2nd down and 6 from the 16. Hollingshead with a snap that goes over his head. Pax picks it up and would have been sacked for a loss of at least 10. That would have been best case scenario. In that scenario, you tell your quarterback to fall on the ball.
You know, that's probably something that we ought to be paying attention to in these future games, Scott, is just hash management as far as where they are, what kind of plays we're going to see relative to that positioning of the ball. I think we may even need to ask our coaching staff, how they plan on dealing with that type of strategy work.
I love that you say it because I'm into it. It's all tendencies and counter tendencies and what you put on film and coaching against yourself, basically. But I love it. Not sure the audience does, but I do. 3rd down and 6. Hollingshead with another high snap. Corrals that one. Wheel for Cody West. Braden Baker out of the backfield. That would have snuck in for a Tiger touchdown. I think he got over that pylon before losing the ball.
It was almost a hurdle step that didn't quite land inside the inside bounds.
So that was a wheel route. Talking about hash management there, Mick. Your short side to the left, so the ball's on the left hash mark. If you're going to send someone out of the backfield for a pass, you would think it would be to the far side where you have more room, but there's some counter tendency from Coach Burton there and saying, no, we're going to do it to the short side.
They'll spot it in the middle of the field now on the 20.
From the shotgun back to the 20-yard line. The center forgot to snap the ball, and so everybody was offsides. That will be would have been a false start on Lander.
It doesn't look like we're going to enforce it, however, so we'll still be 1st and 10 on the 20.
This is the kind of stuff that you like to see now and not later. Play is on 2 and not on 1, or vice versa, and the center is the only one that doesn't know. It's not going to go well.
Early in this jamboree, we were doing a clap snap.
Yeah.
But at this point, I think we're into more pace count and audibles, aren't we?
It'd be interesting if they're trying that out, because that would be just one more thing a defense has to account for. I like a clap snap because it's a little more consistent. There is a clap. Hollingshead from the shotgun drops back, throws over the middle. The ball is incomplete, falling in and out of the hands of a jumping receiver for the Lander Tigers. That was Barrett Moffitt.
It was almost an air traffic control collision. There were about 4 players in the air, 2 from Lander, 2 from Cody, and unfortunately just too many hands trying to grab at that ball.
Interesting throw over the middle again there from Hollingshead.
I think with a little bit more speed, that probably would have been a completion and a touchdown.
I like that he throws it. I like that he's not afraid to throw it. A lot of quarterbacks are, but if you're going to throw that ball, going to make darn sure you know where the whole defense is. Here's a field goal attempt that is up and good. That will be a 37-yard field goal attempt for the Tigers to close out, I think, the scrimmage, and a nice kick from Caleb Andrews.
And that looks like it is it. Glenrock, Lander, and Cody all coming together right around the 40-yard line to wish each other a good game and a great season. And boy, it is going to be a great season. Based on what we've seen, yeah.
Yeah, Lander appears as competitive as they were last year. We're going to give it to a couple of teams pretty good. We're going to be competitive in games that you have to win against a lot of the rest of the 3A, and therein lies the success of your season. Can you beat those teams, like maybe even a Douglas, maybe even a Riverton, but can you take care of Evanston and Buffalo and build on what we started last year?
Fully agree. I'll tell you, though, Scott, it's going to be interesting. Look, Lander was playing with about 3 extra pounds of headgear relative to everybody else, so we might see a completely new game when we face Green River next week.
Big week of practice before that there, too, and so you have some film to look back on. You definitely have a ton of coaching points to take back to Lander and practice on Monday before, again, the home opener on Friday next week. Well, Mick, it was a great pleasure having you in the booth. Looking forward to doing this throughout the season. Thanks for helping out.
Hey, Lander community, if you find yourself with nothing to do next week, Green River is going to be an awesome game. 6 p.m. at the Busch Stadium. They're adjacent to Lander Valley High School off of Baldwin Creek Road. One more reminder for those of you who are interested in being an official. And again, it doesn't have to be football. It doesn't have to be basketball. We need all types of officials for Wyoming high school activities, even judges for forensics. That's speech and debate for us knuckleheads.
Yeah.
But if you're interested in something like that, we strongly urge you on behalf of all these great kids and all of these awesome schools to visit the Wyoming High School Activities Association webpage and see how you might be able to get involved.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself, Mick, and to the fans and parents and family members who attend the games, we wouldn't have these games without those officials. So, take it easy on them. They are doing their best, and let's get as many officials out as we possibly can. But to those of you watching who have kids up here, young men, both the JV saw some good things from them when we were watching their side of the field, and the varsity were excited for the Lander Tigers' upcoming season. So hopefully we saved you a trip to Cody and you were able to watch and listen down back there in Lander. But
maybe more importantly, it saved you a little bit of a traffic stop.
Traffic stop in Matitsi. That was unforeseen, but we got here, and we hope to see everybody listening. Bring your friends next Friday for the Tigers home opener. Well, with that, I think we'll wrap up from Cody. For Mick Pryor, I'm Scott Fuller. We'll talk to you on our next broadcast of Lander Tigers football on 1330 KOVE with streaming video all year long on county10.com.